A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn.
You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works.
What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharp.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 1201st edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity, misogyny, and small dick energy. It is Wednesday, October the 15th of 2025. It is good to have you guys in today. Halloween is just over 2 weeks away, actually. It's going to be 2 weeks from tomorrow. The lovely and talented Devin and I are going to be putting up our Halloween decorations here this weekend and in short order. I currently am waiting. I'm hearing that we're having some problems with YouTube here. Let me see what we got going on here. Let me see here. Says that I have an excellent condition. Is anybody else having trouble watching? Okay, it looks like, okay, so Lucas says we're good now. Okay, are we good now? I can, let me run to the page and let's see here. Let's go to the live page. That's weird. Oh, man, this is crazy. So I'm actually trying to watch it. Oh, okay, says YouTube is having problems. It's just not us. I guess that's probably the reason why we've only got 14 watching right now. And you guys can see and hear me okay, correct? Okay, so, listen, man, I guess YouTube, has its issues every once in a while. Let's see. Yeah, the Mazamoon says he's having issues on YouTube, too. Yeah, I'm not really sure. The Mazamoon stream says it's not showing video. Can you guys hear me? Okay, Lucas says it's good quality. Okay, the Mazamoon says I can hear and see you fine, only on Rumble. Yeah, okay, Yafio Big V. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I tell you what I can do. I'll tell you what I can do, guys, is I can just... Okay, so YouTube's been a little bit glitchy today. Okay, well, what I can do is I can kill the YouTube... I'll tell you what I can do is I can kill the YouTube stream and just have you guys watch over here. Give me a second. I'm going to put in the... tell you what, guys, just do this. All right, so if people can just... Okay, if you're having trouble watching on YouTube, I suppose you can come over to Rumble. Yeah, this is weird. Let me check on the iPad here, because I can't see anything on the tube. Okay, so I'm able to play it on my iPad. Okay, so Dev, I just heard Dev downstairs is working. Okay, yeah, looks like we're good to go on YouTube as well, at least in the short term. But in the event that YouTube does act up again, I'm just gonna go ahead and pin the Rumble. I'm gonna go ahead and pin the Rumble link. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that Rumble link, and if YouTube craps out on us, you guys can just come over and watch on Rumble. And it looks like, looks like I'm good to go on YouTube right now. But yeah, okay, no problem, no big deal. You guys can just come over to Rumble. I just pinned the link. I just pinned the link in the chat. At any rate. Okay. All right. Good stuff. At any rate, we are going to. So this is probably going to be a three-part. Series here, unless something else big or bigger comes up. We'll get to the end of this first Myron college campus debate. Looks like there are roughly 20 minutes left in this first one, and then of course the next one is he continued a little bit later on. And so what we can do is I'll probably get halfway through the next one because I don't want to be up all night long. But it is what it is. At any rate, we're going to go ahead and continue right where we left off yesterday, and away we go.
Women are dumb. Jews control America.
There it is.
Fat people are disgusting. We need to put them in a fat camp.
Yeah.
Concentration camps where they can concentrate on diet and exercise.
Uh-oh. Trigger.
So,
about to trigger some
any of that
niggas.
stuff.
Where's Captain Bandana? Where's he at?
Don't be scared. Don't be scared, guys. I mean,
these niggas scared,
have a
Myron. They
discussion,
scared,
even if you
bruh.
disagree. Or if you want me to clarify one of my positions.
Niggas scared.
You know?
Niggas are scared.
All right.
You want to talk about, because we're on YouTube, so I don't know if we can talk about the Cookie Monster event. That's what you want to discuss?
Oh, can we not? We can't talk about it?
Yeah, maybe
or?
towards the end.
All right.
Yeah. Because we're on YouTube. You know how that goes.
What's the Cookie Monster event? Can somebody put in the chat, like, what's the...
You know, Mustache Man and Cookie Monster event, that becomes a problem on YouTube for obvious reasons.
Oh. Okay.
What's up? Got somebody?
So, tell me why you think ICE is doing.
Oh boy, here we go. It's so funny, man. You can. Isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting how people love to say, well, you can't always judge a book by its cover, and you're right. You can't always judge a book by its cover, but you can most of the time, right? You can most you can most of the time. The hologram oven? What? Oh, pardon me. Oh, I got you. The events that took place at Auschwitz. Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, you can already tell, and listen, maybe I'm wrong here, but you can already tell that this dude is he's a soft liberal. You know, he's got the problem glasses. He's, you know, his posture sucks. You can already tell this dude is weak.
Nothing wrong right now.
The reason why I think ICE is doing nothing wrong right now, you know, obviously it's a little bit of hyperbole, but for the most part.
Oh, see, here we go. Here we go. So he's going to try to win the argument on a sliver, right? And listen, I support ICE 100%, but by the same token, I think what people need to understand, and he's being disingenuous. Okay, so ICE. Oops, sorry about that. So I'm sure that there are instances where ICE uses a little bit of excessive force, right? I'm sure ICE has probably made mistakes. But if people here in America expect ICE to be just perfect every time out, that's an unrealistic standard. You're just going to tell me that ICE is doing nothing wrong? Nobody is perfect. And that's the standard that this numbnuts is trying to prove. He wants to sit here and prove, well, ICE isn't doing absolutely everything to the law, to the letter. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I think they're doing good because interior immigration enforcement is something that we've been,
Kicking
procrastinating
down the road.
on for decades. I have not seen any administration go this hard on focusing on deportation from the interior of the United States.
Yep.
Wouldn't you say that they're going too far though at all?
No.
In some cases, obviously, yes, right? There's going to be...
No, disagree. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. Whatever it takes to get illegals out of this country, man. Listen, man, every once in a while, ICE agents do go too far. They're human. But guess what? This is an imperfect process. Isn't it funny that this numbnuts is worried about the safety of illegal immigrants when they're not worried about our safety? Illegal immigrants come to this country all the time and they break the law. They kill, they rape, they rape our women, they assault people. They commit all these crimes, yet this dumbass is concerned about the safety of the illegal. No, we don't give a fuck. If they break laws in this country, fucking get them the fuck out of here. Who gives a shit?
Some people that get apprehended that might have status, right, that get rounded up in these raids.
Part of the
But
deal,
I do
man.
think that that's going to be a byproduct of getting
There
this
you
done
go.
effectively and
Unintended
deporting as many people as
consequences.
possible. Right, some of these people are illegally harboring these aliens who might be U.S.
Thank you.
citizens or have status, so there are going to be criminal investigations there. Some people might not be able to be determined to be USCs or have status right then and there at the scene. They got to bring them back to the office, fingerprint them, see where they stand. So there's always going to be inherent problems, but I think for the most part, we're doing a good job when it comes to immigration enforcement within the interior, which is the key distinction. Something we've never, at least no recent.
Right. In recent memory, we haven't really focused on interior immigration. We really haven't. So we're really in uncharted waters. And when you are in uncharted waters, mistakes are going to be made. That's all there is to it.
administration is done.
Isn't that kind of ironic though? Because your sign says ICE did nothing wrong, but you're admitting that ICE did some things wrong.
It's a little bit of hyperbole, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, come on. Really? See, again, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is a feminine trait. He is taking the sign literally. Oh, you said ICE did nothing wrong, but the other day they apprehended someone who was an American citizen. Okay, big fucking deal. But if the sign said ICE did almost nothing wrong, it's not going to. You have to make brash statements to get people to show up. Everyone here knows that that's not really what Myron means. Everyone there knows, whether they agree with Myron or not, they know that ICE isn't perfect. They know that ICE isn't, they know that ICE has made mistakes. And so for him to expect Myron to defend ICE no matter what they do, that is disingenuous. And you know what this is. Come on, man.
Well,
I got you.
but for the
Yeah,
most
there
part,
it
I
is.
think what's going on is good.
Okay.
Nothing is ever.
Optimistic Realizer says, no U.S. citizen has been deported as of now. Of course, there have been some U.S. citizens that have had to go through due process from an ICE mistake. Right? Hey, guess what? Guess what? Do I like being frisked every time I go to the airport? No, I don't. Like, guys. Again, I'm 6'2", well, probably closer to 230 pounds now. But I'm a 6'2", 230-pound black man with sleeve tattoos. I'm kind of, I don't know, I kind of dress uniquely. Like, this is not typical of, And so every single time, no matter where I travel, no matter what, and those of you who travel frequently, you guys know that most of the time they'll let people through. Okay, you're good. Just walk through the metal detector, right? I always have to get into that machine where it does like the x-ray, right? Number one. Number two, my bags are almost always checked. And the reason for that is because of what I look like. Okay? Yeah, it's a little bit inconvenient, but to me, that's a small price to pay to not be on a plane that's headed towards a building. That's the way this is. You have to take the good with the bad.
Perfect, right?
But wouldn't you say that people who are going to these immigration courts, fighting for their legal status, but then getting arrested as soon as they step outside wrong?
No.
Yeah, you're probably referring to what they're doing in New York City. The reason why is because New York City has been a sanctuary city for a very long time.
There
These
it
people
is.
have been able to operate with impunity. What Israel's
I don't think that's wrong at all. Fucking arrest them. I don't give a shit. Because now all of a sudden, see, this is the funny thing. So, just like you said, New York has been a sanctuary city, right? And these people have known up until now that the U.S. government has been kicking the can down the road as far as immigration is concerned. And so they decided, Trump is cracking down on immigration. Let's get to court and update our status. Hey, guess what? You should have been doing that shit. You should have been doing that shit since you got here. But now all of a sudden that Trump is rounding up illegal immigrants. Now you want to go to court. And guess what? Due process has got to take its course. If you get arrested outside the courtroom, Oh, fucking well. Oh, well. Don't overstay your visa. Don't come to this country illegally.
I said Israel. What ICE is doing is when they're coming out these immigration courts and they don't have status, they're picking them up.
Okay.
So,
All right. That's all to say.
no worries. All right. Anyone else want to come up? Many different topics. We could discuss Israel, ICE, black crime, women being dumb.
Why do you hate women? Why are you a so-called quote-unquote misogynist?
Hey,
Why do you think women shouldn't have rights?
I think, well, look, obviously I think they should have human rights. I just don't think they should have the right to vote and some other stuff. But my thing is I just accept the reality that men and women are different. I think we've been kind of, pretending to be blind to this topic and say, oh, yeah, we're all equal. Men and women are the same. And it's like, it's just not. And, we have all the biological evidence to show it. And I think I would argue that egalitarianism and feminism and all this equality bullshit, it's actually hurt women more than it's helped them, despite the fact that they think that it's helped them.
100%.
Yeah.
I believe that if arranged marriages and if we go to like how we are in the East, you know what I'm saying, like Middle East and stuff.
Well, yeah, arranged marriages had, fixed a lot of problems.
They did,
Yep,
because
they sure did.
you get married to a man and you're not putting all these other men who are in your catalog up for comparison. So
because the parents were vetting.
Exactly.
So the parents were vetting to make sure the guy would be a good provider, and then the other family was vetting to make sure that she's not
The
a
daughter
304.
wasn't a hoe. Right.
So both parties come to the table with something of tangible value, which is the premise of a relationship. But now it's gotten to a point where it's like women don't have to bring anything to the table.
Nope.
Men have to bring a little bit to the table, and neither party's happy because they're not getting what they should be getting from the other party.
That's right.
And I think that the problem more or less arises because women delude each other.
Yeah.
The deluded will
Yes,
lead
they
the
do.
deluded. They're going to keep lying to themselves and saying, oh, we want to be equal, when they don't understand that equality comes with
Responsibility.
lowering standards,
That's
lowering military requirements, or countries effectively worse military. Like China could steamroll us with the amount of DEI. I mean, you saw Hegseth's thing with the generals.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people posting on like Instagram and TikTok that they were like not going to listen to the Secretary of State.
Secretary of War, Secretary of Defense, same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Insane.
No, it's absolutely nuts. Cool. What else? Yeah, guys, we're talking about a bunch of different stuff.
I know it's my third time up,
Yeah.
but I think ICE actually did everything wrong.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Well, at the beginning of Trump's term, he promised mass deportations. I don't think we're getting that at all. I think what ICE is doing, they're, working on removing college students who speak up against Israel and, other people who might be citizens or might be green card holders.
What are you talking about?
Rather than removing actual legal immigrants who came here with, no due
So I
process
agree
or-
that focusing on college students that are critical of Israel is a gross waste of resources because technically these students are here illegally, and them criticizing a foreign nation shouldn't be the reason why they lose their visa. But that's just one component of the immigration, reform. But I would say outside of that, for the most part,
Hey, you know what? Guess what? That's the price you pay. If you're in America, dude, if you're in America and you support another country and your visa status is in question, oh well. You gotta go along
the
to
interior
get
enforcement
along.
that he's doing.
Dude, this is our fucking country, man. This is our goddamn country. We make the fucking rules, not you people. We make the goddamn rules, man. This fucking land belongs to us. Fuck all that noise.
Compared to other presidents and other administrations is,
Do you
remarkable.
think in terms of numbers, ICE is doing a good job at removing illegal immigrants?
Yes.
Because when I voted for Trump. I voted for mass immigrations, and we're not having mass immigration. So
You mean mass deportations?
no, like mass deportations. Yeah.
Yeah, you might have voted for mass
I'm
deportation.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I would say, because the thing is that, so look at immigration as like the human body, right? The United States is the human body. First, you got to stop the bleeding. The bleeding was coming from the southwest border.
Right.
Stop the bleeding, right?
Then you
Like a
gotta handle the
90% plus
inside.
drop in illegal aliens trying to cross into the country, right? Now that you stop the bleeding, now it's time to actually deal with the wound of the people that are actually here in the United States. That's where this interior enforcement is coming in, because this has been the part that every politician has been too pussy to implement.
Right.
So that's where we are. Now, as a byproduct of that, they're also targeting students for anti-Semitism, which I think is retarded.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
but the thing is that they're picking up a lot of other illegals as well. And who knows, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Mahmoud Khalil case, it was found unconstitutional to deport him.
It was, yeah.
So
Yeah,
so
correct.
they tried, they failed. Right, that's why we're not hearing so much about them picking up college students anymore about Israel. It's not hitting the news like that, because I think that set a pretty good precedent. So now they're kind of
But
focusing
I mean,
more.
in terms of pure numbers, I don't think ICE is doing enough for mass
remember,
deportations.
the pure numbers aren't going to be as high because they're not deporting people from the border anymore. A lot of these immigration statistics that have these crazy numbers, these are from catch and releases and deportations back from the border. So
you go.
Interior Enforcement is never going to be able to keep up with deportations from the border. So that's why the numbers are skewed like that.
Okay, so my next question would be, if Trump has taken around $200 million this term from the Israeli lobby, and if their goal is mass immigration and white genocide, whatever you want to call it, if that's their goal, wouldn't it be kind of counterproductive that Trump is kind of aiding them while claiming to support mass deportations?
I'm a little confused by it. So it's hypocritical that he supports mass deportation.
While taking money from Israel, who are supporting mass migration.
Well, the thing is that a lot of Israelis, even ones that were more progressive, have suddenly all of a sudden become right wing. And the reason why is because with October 7th of the war in Gaza, what it's done is it's kind of red pilled a lot of them to realize we have to take a more conservative approach to our political ideology to deal with this conflict. This is why you got people like Bill Ackman and Alex Karp and Peter Thiel. He was a Zionist. You got all these guys who typically were, lifelong Democrats, progressives, coming over now to the conservative side, and it's because for the defense of Israel.
Right.
So that's kind of what it is.
Okay. All right.
And guys, by the way, don't be scared. Okay, if you got a disagreement, come on up. Whether it's ICE or women or Jews or
I just think the whole ICE thing with Trump, I think that's more of like feeding into people's wants rather than actually doing anything, because
that was his main campaign thing. He ran on mass deportations. That was one of the top reasons people voted for him.
All right, thank you. That's all.
No worries. All right, let's get some fresh blood on the mic, man. Don't be scared, guys. You guys are seeing you have an advantage. You've heard a lot of the things that I've said in my worldviews. If you got come on over so they can hear you. Who asked that? Who asked that? You. Do I have any hot takes? I have plenty. Are you
guys listening?
I guess I see some new faces here. Yeah, men are superior to women. Jews control America. Blacks commit too much crime. Proportionate to their population size. What's up?
OSS, shout out. Everyone's supporting Myron. Hopefully we see you out here more. We need more people like this, because the Jews definitely did 9/11.
They were involved. It wasn't just them, but yeah.
We need to wake up a lot more people about the truth, because there's a lot of people here who are just lying to themselves.
That aren't aware?
Yeah.
All right. Come on up, guys. Come on. No one bites. Don't be scared.
Anybody want the mic?
Do we have... Yeah. Yeah, guys, let me see if I can look at Super Chats here for a second. I've been not looking at my phone too much. Shout out to Sean, by the way, in the back, making things happen. All my guys in the OSS, shout out to you guys. We should be live there as well.
Let's go.
Hold on. Let me see if I can go into the stream here, at least on OSS. And I guess while we're waiting, you guys can go ahead and join the OSS for only $1. All you got to do is use the code LYouTube, because YouTube is a fucking L. Worst platform ever. All right, what's up, man?
I'm curious about what you think about how the FBI has handled the whole like Charlie Kirk thing and the level of transparency that there's been.
I'll definitely say that, what's going on right now is I don't like how they're approaching it. They're not being transparent enough on this case.
There's just too many weird things about
Yeah, too many. We have more questions than answers at this point.
Yeah.
And I think with the Charlie Kirk case, with the level of interest from the general public, I think it's nuts that we are not being a bit more transparent with it, because at the end of the day, this is not a terrorism investigation. It's not a counterintelligence investigation, at least on the onset. It's a murder investigation. So the guy's been charged. He's in jail. Come out with the evidence, restore public trust, right? Because I think at this point, American trust of the federal government and the government in general is very low. So I think what they need to do is take a case like this that has enormous public interest and be very transparent about it to regain that trust, right? I think, and I understand, because as someone that used to be a special agent, like, I understand protecting the integrity of an investigation.
Ken Rose with the $5 super chat. Ken Rose, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you in here, man.
But I also understand that a case of this magnitude and public interest, you got to take one for the team. And if the case loses a little bit of its integrity to regain public trust, I think that's a trade worth doing.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
I like that.
Hopefully, but I will say also, the FBI is not really running this case like that. It's actually the state police in Utah, because they're the ones that actually charged. So yeah, we good? Okay, well, go ahead. That's it. I hope that answered your. Okay.
I guess one more thing.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Did you see like the text messages or?
Oh, that looked super shitty.
Yeah.
Again, like
he's talking about the Candace Owens text messages. Yeah, I don't understand why she did that. That doesn't make any sense. Like, guys, I'm gonna tell you what, man. The Candace Owens crash out is very confusing to me. It's very, very confusing to me. I don't understand it, man.
This is the problem, is that like we have more questions than answers.
And like that part to me especially was just like, nobody texts like that.
Absolutely nuts. So. Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. We have way more questions than answers. So, no worries.
Chris McKinnon says, Donovan, love your show and great content. When are you going on Fresh and Fit again? I plan to go next month. Devin and I are going to. We're actually going to her other brother's wedding. And I forget where, and it's somewhere in South Carolina. I forgot, but we're supposed to go to their wedding. I don't know. I might fly down there. I'm definitely going to fly down there for sure, next month. So yeah.
Anybody else want to come on?
How's it going?
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to pull up OSS right now. What's up, brother?
I was wondering, so, you mentioned there's a lot more questions than answers. What do you think of the way that Candace Owens has been reporting and kind of talking about the subject? Do you think it's kind of creating more of that confusion or helping? Because she obviously cares a lot about Charlie. She was good friends with him.
Yeah.
But
I think, some people might criticize her, say she's going too crazy, conspiracy, whatever. I think what she's doing is she's echoing. There's a reason why she has 100 to 200,000 people watching her live every time she goes.
Yeah.
And that if anything, is a testament to how people don't trust the government, right? And I think her popularity and surge in popularity over the past month due to this assassination should be a beacon to the government that they need to be more transparent, because if they don't fill in the holes and the gaps, other people will.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
So I think if anything, this is why they need to be transparent. Now, I like Candace. I've had her on the show. I think she's probably one of the best, female political commentators, if not the best. I have a great amount of respect for her because she leads with her brain versus her looks, right? She dresses modestly, etc. There's a reason why she's been able to build up her platform. Very brave. And
Sky88 says on the Rumble site, says, Don, what's good? Do you think it's too early for us to worry about the Eagles? Yes, it's way too early to worry about the Eagles. Dude. Look, man, we were 2-2, and everybody wrote off the Eagles. What's wrong with the Eagles? Dude, Jalen Hurts is on his 11th play caller in the last 11 years. Kevin Patullo has never been he's never been an offensive coordinator. You can make all the comparison and similarities that you want to. The bottom line is that the reason why the Eagles are getting so much hate is because the world doesn't like Nick Sirianni, number one. The American media thinks that Nick Sirianni didn't pay his dues. They think he just kind of fell into a good situation with Howie Roseman, and they don't like the brotherly shove. But again, this is why they trash Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright are always trashing the Eagles. Colin Cowherd, I don't even watch him anymore. I've decided I'm just not going to watch him anymore because Colin appears to be doing things for clicks rather than giving his true opinion. He right now thinks the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in football. He thinks the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in football. That team is 3-3, and they're in third place in their own division, but he thinks they're the best team in football. So, yeah, it's way too early. Way too early.
Any different fronts. But I think this should be a sign from the government that they need to be more transparent.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Go ahead. Come on up. Come on up. I know you've been here for a minute. You probably got some questions or disagreements or I don't know. Okay. What's up?
What do you think of Candace Owens? Like how open she is?
Chris McKinnon says, Eagles win games, people will shut up. No, they won't. No, they won't. Dude, the Eagles were 4-0. The Eagles are 4-0 before we lost 2 straight. And people still talk shit about what's wrong with the Eagles? What's wrong with and this is so funny. This is so funny. Not that this is, not to divert too much. But everyone was talking shit. Well, what's wrong with the passing game? What's wrong with the passing? You got to pass more. Okay, so Jalen Hurts threw the ball 100 times, and the Eagles are now 0-2. And so now they're, well, what's wrong with the running game? You can't please these people. And the bottom line is that people who now, are the Eagles as good as they were last year? As of right now, definitely not. I think it was a mistake to get rid of C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Darius Slay. But I still think top to bottom, we have one of the best rosters in football, and there is going to be a little bit of a malaise. There's going to be a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover. But the media, you can tell which media members have opinions because they simply do not like the Eagles. That's just all there is to it. They don't like Nick Sirianni. They don't like that he's brash. Nick Wright has hated Nick Sirianni. He's hated Nick Sirianni since the Eagles went out to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs, and Nick Sirianni was talking shit to the fans. He has just decided, and he's been on the Eagle. He's been on an Eagles crusade ever since. So that's what it is. And I can't and again, I need, if I'm going to trust someone, I'm going to need to know that their opinion isn't based on anything but what they think themselves. And when somebody says that they think that the Chiefs are the best team in football, that's just, at that point, I'm out.
About Charlie's Kirk.
Yeah, like I said before, I think she's filling in a lot of the gaps for the American public that the government isn't.
True.
And that's why she's getting so many views right now.
But doesn't that put her in risk?
Of course, yeah.
It does.
Telling the truth is always going to put you at risk, Frank.
Yeah, Chris McKinnon says sports media is just the same as politics, clickbait and agendas. Yeah, and it's very easy to figure out which it's very easy to figure out which opinionists are have an agenda. I trust Dan Orlovsky implicitly because he's an X's and O's guy. He just looks at the X's and O's. He's like, okay, this is the best team based on the X's and O's. Greg Cosell, he's worked at NFL Films for something like 40 or 50 years. Very, very objective. So
any topic, right? It just comes down to who are you telling the truth about and how dangerous are they? But being truthful about anything is always going to create inherent risk because there's always going to be people.
Yeah, Neveo says, as a Chiefs fan, I don't think they are the best team in the NFL right now. Their offense has done good the last 2 games, but still have problems with their defense. Yeah. Listen, my prediction was that the Chiefs were going to miss the playoffs, and I haven't seen anything to move me off that square. I'm willing to have my mind changed. Listen, they're playing better as of late, right? I mean, there's no doubt about that, but they're not a very good guys. I want you to understand the Chiefs were not a good football team last year. The Chiefs were not a good football team last year, and there's actually a study that just dropped a couple days ago that proves that the Chiefs are getting favorable calls from the refs. The Chiefs were a mediocre football team last year, and they got exposed in Super Bowl 59. Dude, that game was over in the second quarter, man. Like, the Chiefs did not belong on the same field as the Eagles, and it was painfully, painfully obvious. Travis Kelce is still a shell of himself. Patrick Mahomes still cries and whines when somebody touches his helmet. It is what it is.
They have an incentive to continue lying for whatever different reason.
Thank you.
That was it? Okay.
Yeah.
She looked like she wanted to talk to her crush.
You know, bro, you should be able to see it in Rumble Studio. You should be able to see locals on Rumble Studio. Can you,
Danny Gonzalez says, I get it when the Patriots are doing really good. I was like, they're good, but when they weren't doing good, I would say they were the best, knowing they weren't that season. Right.
All right, anybody else want to come on up to the mic? Agree, disagree with anything? We're out here hanging out. It's Charlie Kirk's birthday, so this stream is dedicated to him. Obviously, the First Amendment is one of the reasons why this is the best country in the world, despite the problems that we might have here or there. I still think we're better than these other first world countries like, Cuck Canada, aka Canada, or Cuckstralia, right?
Oh my God, Australia.
Or the UK, the Cuck UK. What's up?
Chris McKinnon says, LOL, everybody's on their phones trying to fact check Myron, right?
What's up, man?
So I remember you. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I feel like this is good.
After his questioning, we'll do it. So, guys, chat. I'll look at some chats here, guys, after this one.
Yeah.
OSS, guys.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm only doing OSS super chats, guys. So join OSS, only $1. L YouTube.
Baby.
Okay,
Go ahead,
so
let's go.
I know you talked to Haas from the Infrared podcast
Yes.
back in the ACP.
Yep.
And you were just talking about Canada, right?
Yes.
So my question is, do you think Canada should be part of the United States? Do you
Hell
think that they
no.
have any
No.
sovereignty?
No.
Why
no,
not?
they're cooked.
They're
No,
cooked?
Dude, you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Well, I mean,
Hell no.
yeah, they're cooked.
Dude, Canada is spineless. They're absolutely spineless, dude. They're no, hell no. Fuck those people.
Mass immigration has destroyed that country.
Yep.
I mean, so our country too, right?
It's
no,
slowly
it doesn't. It is just it's destroying our country. But Canada's done. Canada's cooked.
destroying us.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be like them soon if we don't reel this in.
So you
That's
don't
right.
want us to like help
And this is exactly why ICE is doing what they're doing, because we do not want to end up like Canada.
our brothers out in the north?
No. Fuck no.
Nah. I think they're
America first, America only. Fuck that. America first, America only. Canada, listen, Canada made their bed. Let them lay in it. Fuck them.
they're a good ally, but bringing them in as a state is
No.
Not as
I
a
don't.
state, multiple states.
No.
Yeah, or potentially multiple states because it's so
Who
big.
gives a shit?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's a failed nation in general.
Dude,
Failed
they're
nation?
done.
It's a failed
They're
nation.
Yep.
So is the UK. So is
Yep. Yeah, dude, I was just going to say, England is a failed nation. The United Kingdom, they're done. They're cooked, man. They're fucking cooked.
Australia. Like,
Yep.
you know, we're the last ones really left. And I think this is why we need to be very cautious of, you know, how we
Frank B says, not to divert too much, but the Colts and Buccaneers, rather, are threats. Absolutely. And Baker Mayfield right now is the MVP.
run this country in our future, because if we
Baker's always been one of my favorite players, man. Those of you guys who have followed me for any amount of time, Baker's always been my guy.
don't, we're going to be like these other countries.
Okay.
You know?
My package is 10 stops away. So, just to update you guys, your boy is expecting I'm expecting a special delivery. I'm expecting a special delivery. Now, what am I getting delivered, might you ask? A couple of things. I'm getting delivered some peanut butter, some marshmallow Butterfingers. We ordered a big box of full-size candy bars because, you know, we're ballers like that. We give out full-size candy bars on Halloween. But I've been looking for these marshmallow Butterfinger candy bars for like 2 weeks. I can't find them anywhere. The lovely and talented Devin found them on Amazon and put them in the cart. I bought them. I'm also getting a remote control spider. And right now, my remote control spider and my marshmallow Butterfingers are now 10 stops away. Don DeMarco. Let's continue.
Fair. Okay. What do you think of have you read the program of the ACP?
The what?
The program of the American Communist Party that Haas
no.
founded.
So I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I get along with, you know, Jackson Hinkle and Haas, you know, shout out to those guys. Even though they're communists, I think that's an example of, though I disagree with them, you know, maybe politically or ideologically.
Jay Blaze says, Baker's like that roofer who happens to be a quarterback. 100%. Michael E says, good evening, Donovan. Who are you going for in the MLB playoffs? Nobody now. I mean, I guess I'm a little bit biased towards Seattle. I'd like to see them get into I'd like to see them make their first World Series. I don't care who comes out of the National League.
Ideologically, they're still good guys. I get along with them. I've had them on the show. I think hearing other perspectives is great.
Yeah, okay.
But I haven't read the actual thing all the way. But
I think you should read it sometime if you have the time.
yeah, I mean,
read.
I think Jackson and Haas kind of explained it to me to a degree, which, you know, and I'm, you know, not doing it all the way justice, but basically, less government control of certain infrastructures, which I've always been kind of confused about because, you know, that's kind of what communism is. But I'll have to have him back on the show and discuss it.
Yeah,
I think he just got his YouTube back.
Probably a good idea.
We'll bring Jackson back to kind of like, you know, iron it out.
All right, awesome. Could I take a selfie with you?
Yeah, sure, man.
Okay, thank you.
Take a selfie. While you do that, can we get some of those chats?
All right, thank you, man.
No problem, man.
Yeah, I can't wait for that remote control spider, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It should be on OS. I'll show you how real quick. I'm still here. Guys, come on up to the mic. Don't be scared.
Oh, they scared. Okay, yeah, there are only 2 minutes left in that particular one, so my guess is that is over. So let's now go to, hang on a second.
All right, guys. You guys are probably wondering what the hell's going on here. Yo. Guys, give me ones in the chat. The audio's good. Man, this feels nice standing up. Give me ones in the chat if the audio. But, yeah. Anybody disagreements, questions, comments, concerns?
There we go.
Audio's good. I'm looking at YouTube, aka YouTube. Let me look now at Rumble.
Yeah, Frank B. Frank B says, speaking of immigration issues, I hear that Sweden and the Netherlands have a real open border problem. There are too many coming in. Dude, Sweden and the Netherlands are cooked. Oh my God, they are absolutely cooked. Dude, man, they got niggas everywhere over there. Everywhere over there.
See how that's going. Give me ones if we are back up and you guys
I'm not going to do any hard R for the rest of the week. A hard R podcast will return next week.
can hear me. Give me ones. Give me ones. All right.
Let me see if there are timestamps on this.
I don't know why am I. And then I'm going to look at the OSS. All right. Well, I will say right now as we speak, as we're getting started, I think. All right. So yeah. Let's see here if there's anything. W. Jacob, appreciate you. Yeah, Jacob is sending me all the chats, guys. Jacob, also get me the chats from before.
Their health.
To the camp you go.
Here we go.
Chats, guys. Jacob, also get me the chats from before. Look, everybody's fucking terrified to come up.
Yeah, they are. Let me speed this up.
Bro, it's fine. I hear you guys in the back saying, yo, I don't want to be first. Hey, man.
Come on, man. Let's go. Cowardly ass niggas.
Well, since everyone's a little scared, the other thing also to note. Oh, okay. What's up, man? What's up?
I think fat people should do to lose weight.
He asked, what do you think fat people should do to lose weight? Yeah, calories in, calories out. Easy.
Control their calories is the easiest way, and then exercise. I think if I was the Fuhrer or President of the United States, either or the leader, I would put all the fat people in concentration camps because obesity is a problem, and we need to get them in a camp where they concentrate on their health and diet and exercise. And yeah, that's what I would do because I think obesity is actually one of the worst things that we have going on in the United States, and it leads to heart disease, which is the #1 killer.
What would you say to someone who doesn't want to lose weight? They don't think it's a problem to their health.
Okay, I mean, what
to the camp you go.
All right, good shit.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, not only that, fat people put a real strain on the healthcare system.
Fuck fat people. That's another thing I forgot to say. Obesity is completely unacceptable. I don't know how we don't make fun of fat people more. We need to bring back fat shaming. We need to bring back fat shaming and slut shaming. This country would instantly improve if the fat dudes lost weight and the women got back in the kitchen.
Real shit.
And weren't 304s.
That's right.
So, look, you get looking at me like I'm crazy. Ladies, you're welcome to walk up to the mic if you have a disagreement.
Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Come and tell me why.
And change my mind. But those are the different positions that we have.
Listen, you can hear them all. Listen, you can hear them all back there chirping, but no one's stepping to the mic.
And guys, Jacob is doing me a solid right now. He's going to send me all the chats from the last stream so I can have them here, and I'll go through them. And then also, as you guys know, Sean's live on monitoring his YouTube. I'm on YouTube too, but you can super chat on Sean's on Uncensored America if you guys want to get involved in the show. We're live on Rumble, YouTube, all the platforms. I'm monitoring it from my 2 drug dealer phones.
Oh, Toronto Blue Jays just tied it up. 2-run homer.
Also, just so you guys know, we got a packed schedule this week. We're here at Penn State. We're going to go to... It looks like we got someone in the back that's terrified to come on the mic. He has something to say, but he doesn't want to come on.
Yep.
I will say this, though, about leftists and liberals. If you're a leftist, raise your hand. Okay, cool. Why is it that, and there's definitely more of you guys are just scared, I could see.
Yes.
Why is it that leftists are always scared to have conversations with conservatives? Have you guys noticed?
Because they're cowards, Myron. Leftists know that leftists are cowards. Leftists know that, see, here's the thing, man. If you can't defend your position in the crucible of debate, then you might want to change your position.
Is that? Like, they'd rather just, call you a bigot or a Nazi.
Yeah, T-Law says, Myron is trying mad hard to bait these cowards into getting onto the mic, and nobody's ready for the smoke. No, they're not. Nobody ever is.
Or a racist, which might be true, but they don't want to actually debate your ideas, right? So I always find it interesting how liberals, and by just so you guys know, we're live streaming, which means I can't clip you. This is all here. Like, it's all in its totality. There is no clipping or clip farming or anything like that. So there's nothing to fear. No one can take you out of context or make you look crazy.
Yeah, there is something to fear, Myron, and that's the truth. That's why they're not stepping to the mic, because they know that their ideas can't be substantiated.
Crazy. The only person that can make themselves look crazy is yourself. But I find it interesting because earlier today, right, just for since the audience here is watching, if you guys remember Bandana Man that was here earlier, I guess he's like an Antifa guy or some shit. As they were setting up,
he did look.
He was giving them a lot of grief. He didn't even know who the speaker was going to be, and he already was having a problem as soon as he saw Uncensored America. And I get on the set and I tell him, "Hey, come on and have a discussion." And he's just screaming from the side instead of coming on the mic. And I'm like, "Bro, if you want to have this discussion." Then when he does eventually build up the courage to go on the mic, he starts ranting about H-2U visas or some shit, and companies exploiting them. I'm like,
exactly. And the reason why he did that is because he knew that Myron had defeated his argument.
what the fuck does that have to do with ICE? Like,
nothing.
That's not the topic. The topic at hand is ICE did nothing wrong. If you want to complain about migrant workers being abused, that's another issue. Okay, that has nothing to do with immigration in itself. That's more about exploitation via immigration. But again, you know, his feelings got the better of him, and he decided to just
go on a rant.
spurg out.
Yep.
But yeah, if I said anything that offends you or you disagree with or whatever, feel free to come up to the mic. I will say this: when I was at USC, they were much braver. Penn State, like, what the hell's going on here, man?
USC, University of South Carolina. George Kirby's in trouble. Looks like
Let's
the
see
Blue
here.
Jays have figured him
All right, so I got some chats here. While I wait for some people to build up some courage. All right, KG Ferrell says, "What building are you? I'm trying to pull up and show support. Where we at? Old Main. We're at Old Main. KG, Old Main. Man like Mike says, doing God's work. Oh slash, appreciate you so. Which is interesting, and this is precisely why women should never be in positions of power.
Wait, what?
Best, stay strong. We love you. Appreciate you, Flamingo. Oh slash Gorp. Oh slash. Thank you. Akechi, 5 gifted to Myron subs. I appreciate that. Mikey says, just joined OSS. Shout out to you, Mikey. I'm trying to find your videos that were talking about World War II. It's on OSS. Scroll down to Corey Hughes. Bobby Trauma W. So, guys.
Phoenix Light Game says, and also, liberals are afraid to debate Myron because they know that they can't substantiate their arguments, and they're going to look stupid and go viral for being stupid. Hence the cowardice. Right. They're not ready for the smoke. They're just not.
I want to illustrate to you guys something, right? I don't know if you guys caught on to just what happened. So 4 girls were in the back, right? Clearly they had a problem with some of my worldviews, and they didn't want to say anything to debate, which is interesting. And this is precisely why women should never be in positions of power.
That's right.
They cannot defend their positions.
Nope.
What's up, man?
Hey, so is the premise ICE did nothing wrong?
Obviously, it's a little bit of hyperbole, but for the most part, I think they're doing more good than bad.
Okay, so how are you defining wrong?
Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go. Define fill in the blank. You already know this dude's about to be on some bullshit.
They're not breaking the law for the most part.
They're not breaking the law?
Yeah, they're enforcing immigration law.
Not really.
Are they not?
What's going on? Where's the due process?
Well, due process is not guaranteed if you're illegal. Due process, see, here's the thing. Due process is not a privilege, my guy. Due process is not, due process, how can I put this? Due process is only afforded to those who are in this country legally. If you are an American citizen, whether you come here as an immigrant or you're born here in America, now you're afforded due process. You don't get due process if you're here illegally. I'm sorry.
They're getting due process, but they're getting due process within an immigration court, which is an entire different process than a criminal court.
They're being picked up at immigration courts. We've seen the video. We've seen the evidence. While they're doing the legal process.
And they should be.
Process, right? They're being picked up going through the legal actual process. So
going through the legal actual process, and the reason why they're going through the legal actual process is because Trump is rounding them up. Which means they should have been going through the legal process before. If they didn't, see, here's the thing. If you are here illegally, you gotta go. I'm not trying to hear, well, I'm here in America illegally, but I'm trying to go through the process. Nah, fam. If you are here illegally, you gotta fucking go. Period, point blank. Don't give a shit.
How are they doing nothing? How is ICE doing nothing wrong? They're stopping them from going through the actual legal process.
So here's the thing. When they're getting picked up at these immigration courts, they have no status.
Nope.
Okay? So...
Nope. And if they have no status, you get no due process unless you're in immigration court.
Way we've been doing things for a while now has been aliens have been able to stay in the United States with no status and kind of pending things. But the reality is when you don't have status, you're still removable. So what they're doing is, especially in New York City, where it's a sanctuary city, and this has been going on for a very long time, they're picking up these people that don't have status.
Yeah, Dana Gonzalez says, it's just like here, Donovan. When you say something, you always get those that yell in the chat but won't pull up or show their face. Right. They don't. And it's funny because I'm so desperate for people to pull up and debate me. I'm like, dude, you don't even have to show your face. They still don't want to come up.
So as an illegal alien, their methodology of due process within the immigration courts is completely different to that of what you're familiar with of a criminal court.
Sir, they're picking up people who one do have a status. Two,
no, they don't.
No, they're not. No, they're not picking up people that have status, because if they do pick up people that have status, they're released back into the United States. So that's a lie.
That's why they're getting picked up.
No, they're picking up people at their actual court hearings. That they're known.
Yes.
Right?
So either the immigration judge is ordering them removed, they don't have status, whatever it may be. But if they're getting picked up at the immigration court, that means probably more than likely what happened was the judge rendered that they don't have status to stay in the United States.
Right, but they're going.
Hence why they're getting arrested.
These folks are going through the legal process, right? They're
going through the legal process now, but they're still here illegally, my guy. You can't go through and again, this is bad faith. He's arguing in bad faith. He's leaving out the part where they are here illegally. Okay, I'm not going to cut you a break if you're here illegally trying to go through the due process. You should have gone through the due process before you got here. But no, you came here illegally and now you're trying to go through the due process. Listen, if you get lucky and you become a citizen before ICE picks you up, cool. I'm not mad at that. But guess what? If you come here illegally, you got to go. Sorry.
Going through the process, there are folks that are actively either they're on certain visas, they have certain green cards, whatever. Those are folks who are actually known, who are actually on. ICE has picked up those people too. Why are they doing
because
that?
they violated their visa to some degree.
Thank you.
Is freedom of speech a violation of your visa?
What was that?
Is freedom of speech a violation of your visa?
I actually agree with you on that one, where what they did to Mahmoud Khalil and these other individuals who were protesting against they used anti-Semitism as the reason, even though it's bullshit. But I actually agree that they should not be picked up for political speech.
So yeah, we can at least agree that
we can agree on that.
What it is, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is
deporting students for political speech that are here legally on student visas is
yeah, that's a violation of First Amendment. I'm
horrible.
Yeah, 100%. So we both agree with that.
Yeah.
But my friend, what I'm saying is that what they are doing is arresting American citizens in the night. They're arresting people.
No, they're not.
Just speak up so everybody can hear you too. So
nah, bro. See, and again, this is what niggas do. They lie to win arguments. They're not picking up American citizens. If you're an American citizen, you're not getting arrested. And even if you do get arrested, they quickly say, "Hey, our bad. You are a legal citizen. Congratulations."
Arresting American citizens in the night. They're arresting, and they might be just detaining them and holding them, but still, like, they're arresting American citizens and their children. One, two, they're picking up people who are going to their actual, okay, I need to go through the process of going through the
arrest them. I don't give a shit. They should have gone through the legal process before they came to America.
Legalization process. So they're picking up people while they're actually trying to do that. And the Supreme Court just ruled that they're able to profile brothers and sisters that look just like me and you.
Oh, here we fucking go. Here we go. Profiling people that look just like me and you. My nigga, you don't need the government to give us permission for that. People are going to profile you regardless. And you can blame niggas for that. You can blame niggas for that. Yeah, you're goddamn right they're going to profile us because the people that commit the most violent crimes look like all three people on the screen. It is what the fuck it is.
Is that okay?
Okay, so the first thing where you're saying that they're picking up American citizens. The reality is if they're picking up American citizens and they're actually staying detained and getting arrested, more than likely they committed an immigration crime. So whether it's harboring illegal aliens, transporting illegal aliens, aiding and abetting, these are all...
there you go. That's what he's leaving out. Oh, they're arresting American citizens. Okay, yeah, they're arresting American citizens who are harboring illegal aliens. That's against the law. So yeah, you're goddamn right they're picking up American citizens.
Federal crimes.
Chicago. Well, whether or not it's a federal crime, what is illegal immigration first offense defined under? What is it defined as?
Okay, what, illegal entry?
Illegal entry. What is it defined as?
Yeah, that's 8 U.S.C. 325.
It's a what though? It's a misdemeanor, correct?
No, it's not. It's a crime.
No, dude, that's a fucking felony. Come on now, bro. Come on now is not a defense, my guy. Dude, Myron knows more than you, bruh.
Here's the thing. It's a crime, all right? And then illegal, you could say it's a misdemeanor. But
it is. But I'm not saying, that's not what I'm saying.
A crime is a fucking crime, dude.
That's what it is.
Okay, but you're still deportable for coming in illegally.
Okay, fine. But
whether it's a misdemeanor or not.
Why are we deporting people who are actively going through the process? Why are we picking up
Nobody is, because they haven't gone through the process yet. We're deporting people who are trying to go through the process because they should have gone through the process before they got here. That's what it is. He keeps speaking out of both sides of his mouth. He keeps changing the goalpost. If you are trying to go through the process and you get picked up, oh fucking well. You should have gone through the process before you set foot on American soil. That's not our problem.
Well, why are we arresting?
They have no status.
Why are we arresting American citizens in the night? They are just detained, but we're still breaking in, busting down American doors of American citizens that look like
who are harboring illegal immigrants. That's why they're busting. That's why they're busting those doors down. Why did you say that too? Satisfaction. Welcome to Chat Privileges. At Satisfaction 3306 to welcome him to the TSR family. While we're at it, as is customary of all first-time channel members, let us go ahead and do a chat-wide age and location check. Age and location check. For example, I am 48 years old, and I happen to live in Reno, so just put 48, Reno. We know that if you are in here, you are likely like-minded. We all know it's very difficult to find like-minded people who think like we do. Let's continue.
Me and you.
So
why is that okay?
Here's the thing, and this is why it's very important to understand. They might have a criminal arrest warrant for an individual who is harboring aliens, who might be a U.S. citizen. That's what allows them to kick the door in. And then any other illegal aliens that they come across, they can grab. Now,
So we're allowed to get picked up. Sorry,
they,
go ahead.
They can conduct what's called an immigration inspection, and that is where they determine their alien.
Devin in the chat says, imagine being in France illegally. You know your status. They arrest and deport you. You complain about due process. No sense. Exactly. And the Blue Jays have now taken a 4-2 lead. Phoenix Light Game says, this dude is being disingenuous. If illegal immigrants are going through the process like they claim they are, why is it? They have such adverse reaction when ICE shows up. They know they're guilty. Of course.
Alienage in their citizenship. If the American citizens are not criminals and they're not harboring aliens or whatever else may be, and they're able to prove that they're a U.S. citizen, right, with their immigration inspection, they're fine. They'll be released. But the illegal aliens are the ones that get picked up once they get fingerprinted.
So the freedom we have in this country is the freedom of we might be harboring an illegal immigrant. So our kids can be zip-tied, brought out.
That is a felony. Thank you.
Naked, right? Even though we're not harboring, brought out naked into the streets of
Chicago. Oh, no, don't do that. No, even though they're not. See, there it is. Listen, ICE is not kicking in the doors of legal Americans who are not harboring illegal immigrants. He say even the ones that are not. No, my guy. See, again, he keeps lying. He keeps lying to win the argument. Stop.
Chicago, put in U-Haul and separated from their families because they might be harboring an illegal immigrant. That doesn't even make sense,
bro. They're conducting an investigation. If they go into a house
with Apache helicopters,
yes, with Apache helicopters, my guy.
We don't dictate how law enforcement does their operations. Like, they're going to do their operations in a way where they can stay safe. Like, there's a bunch of tactical reasons as to why law enforcement does the things that they do. So. Yeah, and
So wait. You're telling me they have to use a Apache helicopter on a building where the majority of the people staying in this apartment building?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. See, and the reason why this guy doesn't like them using Apache helicopters and tanks is because it weakens the government. He does not like the fact that ICE comes in with a tactical advantage. Play fair, fight fair, pick on someone your own size. No. If we're going to come pick your black ass up for harboring illegal immigrants, we're not coming in a cop car. We're coming in a fucking tank and a fucking Apache. Fuck out of here.
Are in fact American citizens to keep us safe. How many Americans do they have to round up and zip tie? And how many children got to round up to keep us safe?
As many as possible, nigga. As many as possible. Round them all up. Parents, kids, don't give a fuck. Fuck those people.
Well, again, Chicago has a very bad crime problem. One of the worst cities in the United States.
Memphis is the worst.
Okay, that's why I said one of. Okay, Memphis, Detroit, Chicago, all these blue cities have problems.
Do you see how he's always looking to disagree? Memphis is worse. Well, not anymore. Not since Trump sent out the National Guard, but nice try, though.
Problems. So the reality is, them running an Apache helicopter and rappelling in or whatever, that's tactics. That's a whole other thing. Like, some people might look at it like, oh, that's aggressive. That's, we don't need all that. Well, the reality is, the more aggressive you come in as law enforcement, the less likely they're going to resist where a use of force incident actually occurs. This is why law enforcement employs overwhelming force in the beginning to deter individuals for trying to retaliate, and actually makes everyone else safer.
ISIS threatening and using pepper spray, tear gas on what is it called? On ambulance vehicles, right? On vehicles that are trying to administer aid to protesters. ISIS is doing that.
That's not. What is? Oh my.
I understand. You really can't defend. You really can't.
Violence against law enforcement, especially immigration officials, has skyrocketed since the administration started.
They're wrong. They're wrong.
No, they're not.
Because
they're enforcing the law.
There's not a better way to enforce the law. You have to scare and terrify.
We do not as civilians. We do not dictate how law enforcement does their tactics because we should. And here's the problem.
No, we should not. No, we should not, because we're not as educated on tactical force as law enforcement. No, we shouldn't. Because if people have an influence on tactical law enforcement, then the people that have an agenda are naturally going to say, okay, we're going to dictate. You guys come in there with a couple of squad cars. Nothing would ever get done. No, you guys respect fucking force, especially niggas. Niggas don't. Look, I'm going to tell y'all what. I'm going to tell you what, man. One thing that I have discovered about niggas in this country, they don't understand common courtesy. They don't understand halfway shit. They don't understand reason. They don't understand logic. These fucking monkeys understand one thing and one thing only. This shit right fucking here. Exactly. Niggas respond to force. And when a nigga looks out his window and sees a tank and hears an Apache helicopter, he's going to be far less likely to come out and act a fucking fool. Devin says the tactics are because of the protesters. Exactly. Fuck out of here, man. It's almost like he's trying to shame the government. Well, you guys aren't fighting fair. You need to come in weaker. No, we're going to come in as strong as we want.
Military or anything?
No, I've never served. Sir.
Okay, then that's fine.
Well,
That was
there
your
you go.
tactics. Because
We should.
and here's the problem. Did you serve in the military or anything?
No, I've never served. Sir.
Okay, then that's fine.
Of course not.
And the reason why I say this is because I'm a former special agent with Homeland.
Oh,
so
I know.
so I understand this stuff. You don't dictate to law enforcement how they're going to go ahead and carry out an arrest because they're doing things from a perspective to ensure that everyone is safe. Now, you might look at it as a civilian and say,
Including the suspect.
oh my God, this is overwhelming. Why are they doing that? There's a tactical reason as to why they do the things that they do. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather be the one coming in with the hard force because I am more trained. I understand muzzle discipline, trigger discipline, etc. So if I come in aggressively, tactically, and overwhelm the individual, I know I can take them into custody swiftly where everyone else is safe.
You know what else has skyrocketed? What else has skyrocketed is police brutality against American civilians. What also has skyrocketed is wrongful convictions and wrongful arrests. What also has skyrocketed is the militarization of our police. These are all
Okay, bruh. See, there it is. There's the Yep, there it is. There's the nigga coming out in this dude. There he is. So he lost the immigration argument. Okay, and let's make one thing clear. This nigga's lost the immigration argument. So now he's going to shift the argument to police brutality, blah, 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 blah. Nigga, don't break the law. You ain't got to worry about it.
things that have
Police
skyrocketed.
brutality typically comes when retards resist cops.
Hey now,
Thank you.
we ain't got to use the R word.
I mean,
Yes, we do. We got to use the R word. Sometimes we got to use the R. Sometimes we got to use the hard R word. They're fucking retards.
if you resist the police, you are by definition a retard.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Don't we have a constitutional right to resist?
No, you don't.
What? Oh my God. Guys, this dude right here, don't we have a constitutional right to resist? This nigga right here is why the black community is the laughingstock of the fucking world. Don't we have a constitutional right to resist? Is this why niggas are always trying to fight cops and get tased and shot? You got to be kidding me, man. Bryce Hellfong says police cam says differently, bruh. Exactly. Dark Side member 450 4 months. He says he quote almost served, but he would have seen, read, and snapped at on a drill instructor during basic training. Yeah, exactly.
Don't actually.
Right? If we're
If
peacefully
they're
protesting,
operating in a
don't we have
lawful manner,
constitutional right to resist.
no, you don't actually.
Right? If we're
If
peacefully
they're
protesting,
operating in a
don't we have-
lawful,
Peacefully protesting. They're not peacefully protesting, my guy. People are now throwing rocks at cops. They're assaulting ICE agents. They're throwing rocks at ICE vehicles and police vehicles from bridges. Stop it.
manner, and they say,
So
hey,
who
you're being
defines-
detained or you're being arrested, you do not
But
resist.
they're not interpreting the law correctly, right? They're stepping all
That's
over the
not
top
up to
of
you
the
to make that.
Constitution.
That's not up to you to make that
Are we a
decision.
country? I'm sorry, excuse me. Are we a country of we the people, or are we the
Yeah.
military?
So
Are we
this
the
is
police? Are we
what
the-
this is what smart people do.
Oh, now you're
If the cops come up to you, right, and they're not detaining you or whatever, you ask, am I free to leave? If they say no, you're being detained, you be detained and you be quiet. If they arrest you, you go to jail, you call your lawyer. The less you say, the better. The less you resist, you better. And then you fight it out in court.
There you go.
Those are stepping.
That's called due process, my friend. That's the very process that you were advocating for not 5 minutes ago.
As a black person, I'm taught that as a young black person. When I was a black child, you're taught to be respectful towards the police. The problem is we shouldn't have to be.
We shouldn't have to be respectful. I can't stand niggas like this. This nigga right here is why we have black fatigue. Niggas like this are the reason why I get the side eye when I go places. Did this Negro really just say what I thought he said? Let's rewind this. This is the crazy. And see, here's the thing. He's in over his skis at this point. He's not thinking before he's speaking. All he's doing is reacting. He's not thinking. That's why he's saying dumb shit. Listen again.
I was a black child. You're taught to be respectful towards the police. The problem is we shouldn't have to be.
We shouldn't have to be respectful to cops. What?
But resisting with my mouth. Say I'm being arrested. I can talk as much shit as I want, right?
Yes,
And
you
legally,
can.
I should be able to talk right in a country that's
And you are legally. And the cops can legally throw your black ass in jail.
supposedly freedom of speech, right?
Just because you could doesn't mean you should.
That's the point, is us being able to exercise our rights.
We also have to have some level of common sense. If a cop
And
is arresting
decorum.
you and you're saying you fucking stupid ass pig, blah blah blah, and disrespecting them, and
Cops are human, my friend. Yeah, you have the right to talk shit, but cops are people. They're not robots. And the reason why niggas like you talk shit to cops is because you know that they're people. You're trying to get under their skin. You're trying to make their job as difficult as possible. And at some point, the human side is going to kick in, and they're going to get emotional. So there you go.
escalating the situation, that is probably going
Where
to
does
create
the common
problems for you.
sense come in on the officer side, where they're not really being fired. They're just like they're getting paid leave.
There's
they're
bad
not
cops
really-
everywhere, yeah.
Right,
But the
right.
reality is that's a fraction. Most cops are good people, law-abiding citizens.
I can't tell.
And
Of
honestly,
course you can't. Of course you can't.
if
tell.
you show them respect, they're going to show you respect. But the problem is, especially in the black community, is
Oh,
they
here
have
we
a
go.
victim mindset.
Yep, here we go. You're goddamn right. Here we go. He's right. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. He's talking about niggas.
They have a victim narrative. All the cops
Look at
are
him.
against
Look
them.
at him. He just walked
Systemic
off. He
racism,
just
blah, blah,
walked
blah.
off.
But the
Listen.
reality is they behave like fucking idiots.
What group of people is the most exonerated race as far as like wrongful conviction? Who has the highest, as far as race, who has the highest wrongful conviction and who has the highest exoneration? What
You
race
tell
of
me,
people?
go ahead. Is it black people?
It's black people, brother.
Yes, because black people are committing crimes all the time. And if enough black people commit crimes, a big number of them are going to be wrongfully convicted. It is what it is. So fight that. So fight that battle.
Okay.
We're the most wrongfully arrested. We're overrepresented in the prisons. Even though that we use drugs at the same amount as our white brothers and sisters, we're still overly policed for drugs.
Well, then continue to fucking cry about it. And if you don't like America, nigga, then leave. Leave. If you don't like America, nigga, leave.
And
Yeah,
crime.
but they dominate when it comes to violent crime, while only being a disproportionate amount of the population.
When are we going to talk about white on white crime? When are we going to talk
It
about white
happens.
on?
Everybody talks about white on white crime all the time. People talk about white on white crime all the time. And white on white crime has nothing to do with black America. We're talking about black on black crime, nigga.
White crime.
It happens.
It happens at who?
I mean, it just happened with
who victimizes white people more? We don't got to talk about that. But who
Who victimizes white people the most? Niggas, my guy.
victimizes white people more? What race of people?
Well, typically people kill each other. Their own
Fair
race.
enough.
Their own
Yes,
race.
you're right.
But the reality is, as a white person, you're about 11 times more likely to be killed by a black person than the other way around.
That's not true. You're more,
That's not
That's
true.
absolutely
you're more likely to be
That is
killed.
absolutely true.
You're more likely to be killed, right? You're more likely to be killed
By your own
some
race.
by some of your own race. You're more likely if you are the daughter of a white man or a white person, more likely to be abused. You're more likely to
Sure.
be stolen from a white person. And we
Sure.
know that there's a shit ton of police bias because we have a ton of statistics to show that there's a ton of police bias against the African American community. And
Yes, there is a ton of police violence against the African American community because niggas don't know how to act when they get arrested. Dude, we see the police videos all the time. Niggas stay out of pocket when they get arrested.
to sit here and say, "Oh, we have a victim mindset," it completely
They do.
erases. It completely
They do.
erases. Did they not put crack in black neighborhoods? Did they not put cocaine and crack in black neighborhoods?
Okay. We do have to. I mean, are all black people stupid?
I don't think.
No.
I don't know.
Okay.
Are all white
have,
people stupid?
do they have agency?
Okay.
Okay. So if they have agency,
So what he is doing is he is essentially blaming McDonald's for advertising to fat people. Well, the reason why people are fat is because they eat. It's McDonald's fault. It's McDonald's fault that they're fat. No, it's their fault. Well, they put crack in our communities, okay, and they are free-minded, sentient human beings. They can choose to do the crack or not. They chose to do the crack.
and they're not stupid, then if they
Don't
put
do crack.
crack into neighborhood,
Don't do crack. Don't do drugs, dumbass. Don't do drugs. A lot of people call the C-19. I've already forgotten what the fuck it is. COVID-19. I called it the survival of the fittest virus. Right? It was old people and fat. It was old people, fat people, and unhealthy people. Those were the main ones who were going. Right? Very rarely was it healthy people. This is how it goes. So yeah, if the government did put crack in the neighborhoods, good for them. All the government want to do, all right, let's get rid of as many dumbasses who are going to be susceptible to crack as humanly possible. Good, I like it.
don't sell it.
Okay. You know that's not the way that works. That's not. You know.
Don't
that's
sell
not
it.
the way
It is the way it works. Don't sell it and don't do it.
No, that is not.
Don't
the way
sell
that-
it.
Did anybody put a gun to these niggas' head and told them you must sell crack? You must do crack? No.
It was fl-
Again, he is removing personal responsibility. He wants to blame the government and the establishment for the state of the black community. No, it's a matriarchy, my guy.
So what? So I have a question for you.
'Cause
What
here's the thing,
responsibility does the United States government have for what they did? What responsibility does the United States government have for what happened with the crack epidemic? And we both agree that happened. That
about the crack?
Our neighborhoods were flooded with crack by our government. We both agree that.
Yeah, to a degree. Yeah, I mean, but like,
But
look,
that
but here's the thing, man. Like, the government does a lot.
You have a choice. You have a choice. That's what Myron is saying. Yeah, the government put crack in the neighborhoods. And you want to know something? I support that. Because if your black ass is too stupid to realize that what you're doing is wrong and illegal, then you deserve to go to jail. Fuck it.
A lot of stupid shit. Don't take the bait.
But we got to look
you.
at black people. Oh, they're being victims. We're not going to talk about the victimizers. We're just going to talk about the victims. Come on, brother.
No,
Come
man.
on,
Here's the thing. if you want to be treated like an equal and you want to be taken seriously and you want agency, then you must be able to deal with the consequences of your freedoms.
There you go.
And no one puts a gun in your head and says, sell crack, bro.
Oh, my God. Guys. Oh, my God. It is 6-2 Blue Jays. George Springer just hit another home run. This dude literally just said what I said. That's what I'm saying. Personal accountability. Well, the government put crack in our neighborhoods. Okay, well, don't sell it and don't smoke it. That's not the government's fault, my guy. It's your fault for selling and smoking crack.
Nobody goes out and tells you, sell that brick, get that cocaine. Black people do it because a lot of the times they have a toxic mindset, no father figure.
So you're agreeing that like the United States government, the police force, the CIA put these drugs in the neighborhood, yet they have no responsibility over what they did or tried to or go against black.
No, they have no responsibility. I don't give a fuck. The responsibility falls on the person, the individual person. I swear to God, again, the argument that this man is making is that it's McDonald's fault that we have an obese epidemic in the United States. No, you are in control of what you do. Nobody's controlling your mind. Just like Myron said, nobody's putting a gun to your head and telling you to eat that cheeseburger or smoke or sell that crack. You make the choice.
Neighborhoods and black communities.
That's even
but
more
it's
so.
all the black communities' fault. They have all the, even though there was red lines.
Because they had a choice to make.
You're holding us away from
They had a
wealth.
choice to make.
Yes. Yes.
But what, okay,
Yep.
but what?
Yep. Dude, that's it. You had a choice to make. You had a choice to make. The government said, here's crack. Now what you gonna do? And niggas said, oh shit, let me smoke this shit. Let me make a few extra dollars on the side. That's a choice you made. Choices and actions have consequences. It is what it is.
Government had a choice too.
Okay.
Where is the
if you buy a gun and the gun shop sells the gun to you, and you use gun to kill someone, is it the gun shop's fault for selling you the gun?
No, it's not.
No,
we're not talking about guns. We're talking about human beings.
No. But it's the same thing. This is what I said. You're blaming McDonald's for the obesity epidemic. You're blaming the government for the crack epidemic. You had a choice. You can either smoke crack or you could not smoke crack. You could either sell it or not sell it. You niggas chose to sell it and smoke it. That's why most of you niggas are in jail now.
We're talking about communities. We're talking about real lives, right? We're not talking about guns. We're talking about real. We're not talking about like this very weird analog thing. We're talking about the fact.
Choice.
We're talking about the fact that there was redlining. We're talking about the fact that black.
God. See now he's muddying the waters. Now he's obfuscating. Now here we go.
People have been kept from wealth forever. We're talking about the fact that we have been over-policed, right? And you just admitted and you agree with the fact that they put drugs in our mother-loving neighborhoods. But the government, these organizations, they have no responsibility. It's all on the community.
Okay, so what are they supposed to do? Apologize to your black ass? Because I'm gonna tell you what, that shit ain't coming.
Is that they affected, that they victimized, that they destroyed for years and years with legislation.
Yeah, but guess what? Now they have done their level best to try to help you guys, in really doing so hurting you guys. The government has more than made up for that. With welfare, SNAP, EBT, free housing, free education, free healthcare, etc., etc., etc. That's how they've said, that's how they have that is how they have apologized to the black community. And the black community is like, nope, it's still your fault. I don't give a shit.
With money,
here's the reality.
With power, with drugs.
There is no doubt that the United States was built upon racism, and there was racism in the past and all the other horrible things, right? I'm acknowledging that. However, in 2025, racism is no longer a valid excuse
to act like a fucking
to be
monkey.
an idiot or to be poor or to be fat or to be a loser.
The government just said it was a valid excuse for ICE to stop people.
So now all of a sudden you want to so now all of a sudden we want to listen to the government, huh?
Racist, but profiling.
Yeah,
which is a racist practice. Yes, sir, or no, sir?
I mean, here's the thing. It's not just profile.
Stereotypes exist for a reason, sir.
A lot of times it's what neighborhood are they in? Who are they hanging with? What are they doing? You know what I mean? I call it active policing.
So I'd like to summarize.
It's called pattern recognition.
Yeah. So black people are only responsible for all the shit.
I don't know how we got to black people from immigration.
But you indulge the conversation. But I'll go.
No, you indulge the conversation, and the reason why we're on black people and not immigration anymore is because you lost the immigration argument. That's why we're on black people.
Back to immigration. Let's
sure.
So these communities that have been racially profiled by our government now is in
racially profiled. You're telling me Chicago's not a fucking war zone? This dumb nigga.
Control of another government agency that is profiling people of color, coming into neighborhoods, busting open the doors of American citizens who may or may not be hiding anyone. That's what's happening, and you're saying they did nothing wrong. To summarize, thank you guys very much.
No, that's not.
No, see that? He's trying to get the last word and get up out of there and claim victory in the argument. Nice try, Negro.
At all. They broke the immigration law and they're getting arrested for being here illegally, and they don't have status. That's why they're getting picked up at the immigration courts.
Why are kids being put in zip ties? Why are American children being put in zip ties? Give me a good.
Because they're the children of people breaking the fucking law. That's why. Oh well. Oh fucking well. Now all of a sudden you want to care about the kids? Fuck you. Dark Side has gifted 1 Donovan Sharp membership at Truthright. At Truthright to by Mike Hawk. At Truthright. To welcome him to chat privileges. Thank you very much.
Good reason. Give me a good reason.
Here's again. Kids can get guns. We don't know what's going on. We don't know. Here's the thing.
There's a photo of a toddler in a zip tie. That toddler got a gun in the diaper.
Law enforcement, when they go into these houses, right? Again, this is the problem.
Hey, zip tie the fucking babies. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I really don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Zip tie fucking everybody. Zip tie the fucking newborn, Negro. Dude, if you are suspected of breaking the law, you deserve everything that comes to you. Do not give a shit.
Problem when I talk with like people that aren't trained tactically, when you're going
into... That's a
into
great way to subjugate my argument.
Yeah, no,
there we go. Don DeMarco, that's a great way to subjugate your argument because he's right. You are a tactical idiot. They have to detain and restrain everyone in that residence, no matter how old or young they are. That's how it goes, buddy.
Because the problem here is that you don't like the methodology of how they're conducting things. But what I'm trying to explain to you is there's certain tactical procedures that you put into place where you know you're not going to hurt those.
And the reason why they're putting toddlers in zip ties is to protect the toddlers. Here, I'm going to zip tie you so you don't get caught up in the shuffle. Let me put you up in the corner. And being zip tied by the cops is not the worst thing in the world. I don't give a shit. Oh, what about the kids? Fuck that. Dude, fuck those kids, man.
Individuals, if they're all restrained and detained to a degree. And you're going to go ahead and detain everybody until you figure out what's going on, what you got.
There you go.
Then you can release them after.
Who funds our law enforcement?
The government.
We do.
The government is paid
the government is funded by us.
Yeah, the taxpayers. So when you say things like,
and the taxpayers voted for this.
When you say,
we voted for mass deportation.
Yes, we did. Oh, yes. Oh my God. Translation, you're right. See, anytime Myron beats him on a point, he's like, oh my God, that's your rebuttal?
Talk about the fact that like 15 million Democrats,
he won.
15 million Democrats did
the American public wants the mass deportation.
Did you vote for Trump?
Fuck yeah, I voted for Trump.
Why did you vote for Trump, my brother?
We are not brothers.
Oh, man.
To send these people back, to make sure we don't have a female president. And
oh man,
I don't like what he's doing with Israel. That's probably one of my grievances. But we can't have a female president.
Thank you very much for your time. I learned nothing. Thank you.
Well, the reality is that your worldview is wrong. Okay? There you go.
Uh-oh, breaking news. My remote control spider and marshmallow butterfingers have been delivered.
Systemic racism.
Hi,
That's why no one takes black people seriously anymore.
Real talk.
I just had a question. I was talking over there. I was wondering, like, what are your viewpoints on, like, capitalism in America? Like, I understand, like, your opinions on, like, Israel and donating, like, billions to them and how you disagree with that.
Speak up so everybody can hear you.
So, like, my question is if you're, like, truly, like, for America, how do you feel about the idea of socialism being implemented into the U.S.?
So, that's a good question. Now, when it comes to capitalism, I like it, but every single, economic practice is going to have plus and negatives.
Right.
One of the negatives.
Panda Trucker has gifted 5 Donovan Sharp memberships. At Pro Special, at Kevin Murray, at Red Pill Crip, at Big Love and Mr. T. Waiting for the last one. Waiting for the last one. Waiting for the last one. Well, at those 4 guys to welcome them to chat privileges. I appreciate that, Panda.
Is when it comes to, for example, healthcare, right? Capitalism and healthcare kind of sucks because when you have a for-profit industry that is supposed to be taking care of people, what ends up happening is the pharmaceutical companies are more concerned with keeping you on the drugs versus actually helping you because they make more money by doing so. So I do think that there's a conflict of interest there when you incentivize pharmaceutical companies to keep people sick. But at the same time, when it comes to capitalism also allows for innovation. It allows for people to come up with new methodology to deal with illnesses, etc. So it's almost like a catch-22. And we need to find some middle ground where these companies are still incentivized to come out with breakthrough technology to help people live better quality lives and help them live longer and improve their health.
That's a good
while
point.
Simultaneously staving off the inherent greed in the healthcare industry, right? Because I know we all probably have people that we love that need their insulin, that are getting older, and we want them to live as long as possible. We don't want predatory pharmaceutical companies and medical industry doing anything. But I would say when it comes to making things more affordable. When it comes to the older people and the children and everything else like that, I see a perspective. But socialism in other ways, I think, can create inherent problems. But I do think that we need to take care of our elderly and our young and vulnerable when it comes to healthcare and not try to profiteer off of them.
Right, and I'd agree. I think just the issue is like, do you think we live in kind of society of like our culture is like U.S. culture is more greedy than other states or countries?
100%. Yes. I mean, the reality is the reason why this country is so great is because of our capitalism. This is why so many people come here, even from other first world countries, because they simply don't have the financial opportunities that they have in those countries due to the socialist problem that we're discussing. So it's kind of one of the things that sucks where you want to be able to be capitalistic and be able to make as much money as possible, but at the same time you do have a more obligation to take care of your old and your young and your vulnerable. So we have to find a middle ground where we can still push innovation while simultaneously taking care of people in the United States. And I don't think anybody should ever be dying when we have medicine and technology to save people, right? So we just got to be able to figure this out and get to some middle ground.
That's all my questions.
No worries,
Thank
man.
you.
Good question. All right. Who's up next?
Hello.
What's up?
Can I give a shout out before I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to shout out my friend Kendrick Cuevas from West New York, New Jersey. And, well, what do you think of Penn State firing James Franklin?
I'll be honest, I'm not really too into college stuff, so
he needs me there for that one. He needs me there for that one. Yeah, they shouldn't have fired him. They should have kept him.
Too familiar, but from what I understand, he got fired for performance issues. Wasn't winning. I mean, if they suck, they suck. That's that's the game, right? It's if you don't win, your job's on the line.
I mean, honestly, I'm cool with them firing him, but like they should also fire the offensive coordinator and defense coordinator. They should have just fired him because he was really.
Yeah, Myron knows nothing about Myron knows nothing about this.
Accountability after every loss.
Yeah, I mean, again, typically a head coach isn't the only one when the team sucks. Like, yeah, you got your defensive and offensive coordinators, everything else like that. Players, maybe bad morale. There's so many different things that go in, but unfortunately, as a head coach, you are the face of the team, and you're going to be the convenient person to be axed. Whether this is all sports, basketball, football. I don't know about soccer so much, but baseball with the manager. If your team sucks, typically it's going to be the coach that's let go first.
All right, that's all I want to talk about. Thank you.
No worries, man. No problem. Anybody else? Anybody else? The topics at hand that we are discussing, in about 2 minutes, we're going to turn amplified sound on and really crank it up in here. But either we're talking about men are superior to women, ICE did nothing wrong, Jews have too much power in America, and they should not be in positions of government, blacks commit a disproportionate amount of crime relative to their population size.
Here you go.
It wasn't 6 million. And what else? Did I say women are stupid? Yeah, women are stupid. I said men are better. Oh, yeah, and trans should not have guns. I think that they should not be able to purchase a firearm. And the reason why they shouldn't be able to purchase a firearm is because, according to 18 U.S.C. 922, a mentally ill person is someone who is not, he's a prohibited person from owning a firearm. And I would argue that transgender individuals have a mental illness, so therefore they should not have access to firearms. We've seen violence from them at a ridiculous rate relative to their population size. And, yeah. All right, we're 6? All right, let's turn that amp up. Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's 6 o'clock.
All right,
You can hear
test,
the...
quick little sound check. And I'll read some chats here while I can.
Check.
Do you have a portable charger? All right, there we go. Awesome. Okay. Now people can actually hear me. This is great. All right. Can you guys all hear me good now? Turn it up a little bit on the amp. Test, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys all hear me good now?
Turn me up in the headphones.
I'm stupid.
So can I ask, like, what are your religious views? Like, are you like Christian? Or are you?
I grew up Muslim.
Okay.
But all the people of the book, kind of understand that, men are supposed to be the patriarchs, the leaders, the head of the households, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, Islam, they all got it right.
But can we agree that there's like a shift in society that like most people are equal? Like, I don't think that we should say women are less than us and that like they can't take care of themselves.
Well, that's precisely the problem. Is egalitarianism, it doesn't adhere to reality.
But we live in the reality now. Like, there are women taking care of themselves. Like, they don't need men.
Well, not really.
No, women absolutely need men. Women absolutely need men. Women rely on men every minute of every hour of every day, whether they realize it or not. The buildings they live in, the beds they sleep in, the phones they use to summon dick, right? The infrastructure, it's all built and run by men. So women absolutely do need men, and they're always going to need men.
Really, the only reason they're able to take care of themselves is because we've civilized the world so much. Where these same toxically masculine men that they criticize all the time, these are the guys that have civilized the world for them. So since we have, all the safety and technology and everything else like that, they're able to operate on their own now. But the reality is, and this is why it's so important for you young guys to understand this, though we live in an egalitarian society, women sit there and say, I want to be equal to a man. The reality is they're not attracted to that. And all of you young guys here need to understand that what women say versus what they're aroused by and what they're attracted to are two different things. So girls will sit there and say, oh, I want to be equal to you.
Yeah. Do you see him smiling? This means that he secretly agrees with Myron.
But the easiest way to tell that bullshit is when the bill comes, what are they doing? They're hoping that you pay for it. Okay, so, and if a woman does get with you, she still expects you to make bare minimum as much as her, if not more. So our biology, unfortunately, does not adhere to modern society.
Are you like, I just don't, like, where are you getting those, like, ideas where, like, women, like, want you to pay for the things? Like, I mean, like, sure, we can go off, like, gender norms and, like, you know, like, oh, what's the deal? Like, when you take a girl out on a date, like, oh, she probably expects you to pay for the bill. But, like, is that every case? Like, that's the real question.
A staggering majority.
Yes.
I would say if I lined up 100 women, 90 of them are going to expect for you to pay for the first date.
At least.
And adhere to your masculine burner performance to some degree. And here's the thing. Notice how you even knew it. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to pay for it, blah, blah. Like, you inherently understand your roles as a guy, even though I can tell here that you're a bit more central, / maybe left because you believe that women are equal to men. Even you as a guy that's centered, or maybe leftist a little bit, you even understand that there's a burner performance on you to pay for the date. But here's the difference. Women don't feel like they have to do anything for your affection. Most women feel as though I'm equal to you, but I still
all they have to do is exist.
Want to be treated like a lady. So in other words, they can pick and choose when they want to be a lady when it's advantageous to them. And this is where a lot of guys fuck up because you guys sit there, take her on the fucking date, pay for the date, treat her like a lady, but she's a fucking slut. And then you wonder why. Oh fuck, what's going on here? This sucks. And this comes from guys not understanding the inherent differences between men and women. So they can pick and choose when they want to be a lady, but you have to always be a man, and that's the issue here. And that's fine if a woman wants to be an egalitarian, all this other bullshit. Fine, find a girl that wants to submit to you as a guy. Because sluts are terrible.
There it is. Yeah, very good. I think he won the heart, and I think he won the heart and mind of that young man.
People, by the way, if you guys, I'm sure many of you guys here might have dated one or been with a girl that was promiscuous. They're fucking terrible people, man. They'll ruin your life.
Dude, they're on college campus. They're on a college campus, man.
So, and this is some shit that your father or your brother should have told you. But trust me, as an older guy, I'm 35. You know, I went to college too. I went to Northeast University. I was a D1 athlete. Dealt with a bunch of 304s, and it's gotten a lot worse for you young guys. I feel sorry because you guys got to deal with Instagram and TikTok and all this other bullshit. You know, we didn't have these problems when I was in school. Instagram was just becoming a thing. But now, thanks to social media, unfortunately, a lot of these girls are fucking insufferable. So
I have in my hands, this has nothing to do with anything. I have in my hands the fabled marshmallow Butterfinger. I'm gonna take a bite here on the air because I've searched the world high and low. Ooh, that is marshmallow. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. That is awesome. Woo. Okay.
Entitlement to a whole other degree. And a lot of you guys are laughing because you guys don't tell them the fucking truth. How many bitches do we got here that are 5s that act like they're fucking 10s when in reality they bring nothing to the table besides an attitude, syphilis, and no sandwich making skills? It's fucking retarded. So... And this is the reality is, you know, a lot of you guys are probably nodding along in your head or like, oh yeah, that's true. Obviously you don't want to come off as a misogynist, right, on a college campus. I get it. Because these college campuses become indoctrinated fucking leftist camps. But the reality is most women are fucking useless, if we're going to be honest.
There it is.
Outside of sex.
Yep.
You know, if you remove sex from a woman, you'll realize, like, what the fuck is going on here? The only reason guys tolerate bad behavior from women a lot of times is for sexual access. Yep. Now, is this every woman? Of course not. But a lot of them are useless, right? And it's funny because it goes the other way around too. But if I say a lot of guys are fucking useless, no one gives a shit. But if I say a lot of women are useless, oh, that's misogynistic. You know? Anyway, anybody else have anything? Don't be scared, guys. Got a whole fucking crowd here. Got amplified sound. Agree, disagree? Okay, let's follow up. Sure.
So I got another question just because we were talking about topics. You said systemic racism is a hoax or it's like fake or...
Yeah, it's a scam. It's a lie.
Why? Because I mean, what about redlining? Like, are we just gonna ignore that? It's kind of like...
Yeah. So when it comes to redlining, right, and just so the audience understands, basically it's like, you know, it's a real estate situation where it fucks with the prices of homes, etc. Look, man, let's just keep it 1,000. When blacks move into your neighborhood, it's not a good sign, right?
There you go. That's what it is. That's what it is. There you go. That's what it is. That's what it is. Alicio says, careful with the extra weight, Donovan. Bro, I'm fine. I'm good. It's one Butterfinger. Just relax. Yeah. I'm in favor of redlining. Because I want to keep niggas out of my goddamn neighborhood.
If Jews move into your neighborhood, that's a very good sign. Because, and I'm speaking from a real estate investor perspective, like your property is going to go up through gentrification. But it's not going to go from niggification. And when blacks move into your neighborhood, property just goes down.
Oh my God.
No, the fuck you didn't.
Yes, the fuck he did.
And the reason why is because they tend to commit a lot of crimes. Now, I don't expect any of you guys to admit this, but none of us want to live in a majority black neighborhood. We're not trying to get fucking robbed. We don't do crack. It is what it is, right? And a lot of us might not want to listen to loud hip hop at 3 o'clock in the morning. So when I say systemic racism is a scam, I'm not denying.
Look at this guy right here is laughing and smiling because he agrees with Myron. He agrees with this dude.
The fact that there was racism in the United States before that created problems. But what I am saying is there's nothing holding black people from success now. And anyone that still, you know, holds on to, my slavery, my systemic racism, my reparations, like, you're just a retarded monkey. So I think guys need to, like, get out the victim complex and,
well, what educates them? It's good schooling, right? Like, how do you get educated? You need a good school. You need to start the basis at like elementary school or like high school. And what pays for those things? Like your local taxes, your community taxes. So when it comes to if we're talking, we're gonna go back to redlining. Like, what does that mean? Their property taxes are gonna be lower. They're gonna pay less money into the public schools.
Basically, like house price, like real estate prices kind of drop off when black people move in, or it's harder for blacks to get access to homes. But again.
So they're not, the schools aren't gonna get funded as well. Therefore, the education's gonna be lower. I think it's like kind of a.
But the thing is that we've created so many different, you know, affirmative action DEI programs that allow inner city kids to get out of those schools or have the opportunity to, you know, apply to colleges with lesser grades or whatever. Like what I'm trying to say is we've done a good amount to allow and facilitate people that come from poor circumstances to go to college, get an education, get an opportunity, right? This has all been done through different, programs that are not available to white people, by the way. So my thing is, I don't think systemic racism is no longer an excuse to complain as to why you're not successful. I'm a guy that came from a poor household, right? My parents are black, despite people trying to say I'm not. And we figured out a way, and there's many people that make it out the hood. And what it really comes down to is like survival of the fittest. And I know that's a very sucky way to look at things, but everyone's simply not going to make it. And if you're dumb enough to sell drugs, or commit crimes or do all this other dumb stuff, well, then you're going to go to jail, and honestly, society's better off without you.
Well, but I mean, like, you're built on like a community and culture of honestly racism. I mean, like white people kind of like looking towards down towards black people, or like using the terms. Like,
I would argue most white people don't look at. If anything, most white people love black people nowadays. They love the music, they love the culture, they fucking try to dress.
It's black people are far more racist than white people.
Like them, like black culture is extremely influential in American society.
You go into a white neighborhood as a black person, you're gonna get eyes like that. Like why?
Yep.
Like that shouldn't.
Yep. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. That's exactly right. If you are a black person, if you are a black person and you go into a white neighborhood, you're gonna get eyes. There's a reason why you get eyes. There's a reason why you get eyes, because niggas commit crimes, man. It's not racism, it's pattern recognition. That's what this is.
Be necessary, like,
well, that's just reality. It's a human, it's a natural human trait. Like, stereotypes exist for a reason, and stereotypes typically tend to be based in reality and pattern recognition. Is every single black person a criminal? Of course not. No. However, we've seen.
Listen, is it all of them? No. Is it most of them? No. But it's enough of them. There are enough niggas out here committing crimes that make life worse for all of us.
Via stats and looking around or personal experiences, that a lot of the times when people have experiences with black people, it's not favorable. It's not a good experience. Again, is that every black person? No, but they do tend to commit a disproportionate amount of crime, and it is what it is. So I think instead of people getting mad at being profiled, prove the profile wrong, right? Like myself, I'm a colored individual. People look at me crazy sometimes when I'm in a white neighborhood. When I was walking around campus, people look at me. But once I open up my mouth, speak, convey that I'm not a fucking retard, and be able to articulate my.
Oh my fucking God. There it is. Dude, this is what I tell niggas who call into my show all the time. Well, your neighbors don't like you and da 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 da. No, they like me very much. They like me very much. I have the second greenest lawn on the block. I have the most flowers on the block. I take very, very good care of my property. My neighbors love me. Now, when I first got here, yeah, I'm sure I got some side eyes. And when I get pulled over by the cops, I'm sure they're ready for some stupid shit to happen. As soon as I open my mouth, as soon as they see that I'm a respectful, law-abiding citizen, everything changes. Everything changes. Everything just relaxes.
People are like, okay, this guy isn't a fucking.
Look at him smiling. He's smiling. He's smiling because he knows Myron's right. He knows he's right.
Cool. I don't think that there's anything wrong with proving yourself, because stereotypes are going to exist no matter what. The world does not owe you understanding. And this is one of the parts of like becoming a man, is that you're always going to have to deal with adversity to some degree. And the best thing to do is like take those lemons and make lemonade.
Thank you.
No problem.
That's it.
All right. Anybody else? Okay. Here we go.
Let's run that back about.
Oh God, no, not this nigga again. Here we go. He done win. He done win. He said he wants to run this back. See, the reason why he's back for more. The reason why he's back for more, gentlemen. The reason why this guy's back for more is because he knows he lost that first debate. You guys remember Jerome? You remember Jerome, who tried to call up and troll me over? Who tried to call up and debate me on the Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf situation? Remember that? It is 8-2 Blue Jays. Oh, he's out. Remember when he tried it? Remember when he tried all that nonsensical shit? He kept calling back because he knew he took the L. If he genuinely thought in his mind that he got the better of me, he'd be like, cool, I beat him. It is what it is. But he knew he took the L in front of his girl, no less. We heard him talking to his girl in the background, right? This nigga knew he took the L. That's why he wants to run it back, because he knew he took that L. This nigga.
Back about the black community. What'd you say about stereotypes of black community?
Just so the typical stereotypes. Criminals, selling drugs, rap music, FUBU.
Who's the
fried chicken, watermelon?
That's funny.
Well, you said the stereotypes.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny. All right, so you want to talk about drug dealing. I think we kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier. Who flooded black neighborhoods with drugs?
Again, it doesn't matter who flooded black neighborhoods with drugs. You have a choice whether or not to partake in the drug culture. If they put a Kentucky Fried Chicken across from your house, it's not their fault if you eat there every day and you balloon to 600 pounds and now you're sitting in front of Dr. Now talking about, I need gastric bypass surgery. Nah, nigga, that's on you. This man right here is the quintessential mindset of the black community. This dude wants to blame everyone for the problems in the black community except for the black community. It's always something or somebody else. The government put drugs in our neighborhood. The white man is keeping us down. You have a choice. You have a choice as to whether or not you partake in the drug culture. The government didn't come into black neighborhoods and hold people at gunpoint and say, hey, smoke this crack. The government didn't come in and put a pistol to your head and say, hey, you're going to sell and deal this crack. No, you made a personal choice. You made a choice to sell and or do crack. That's it.
They don't have access to the port. Black people aren't on the ports. Black people are the ones bringing it in from Nicaragua or wherever the fuck. How did those drugs get in these communities?
Yes, but they choose to partake in the drug culture.
Or smuggled in.
By who?
Hispanics typically smuggle the drugs in.
So
right, and then
Satisfaction with the $20 super chat says the most depressing podcast I've ever seen was with the Hodge Twin podcast with the white only community guy. I'm biracial. That scares me because it's justified. Unlike us, progressives are afraid of the racism they inspire in others. Wow. That's a very, very, very good point. Very good point. Planet Rodella says, the last time I was in Nevada, I saw a lot of desertscapes in front yards, rocks, cactuses, etc. Yeah, Reno, fun fact, guys, a lot of people, and if you're not from Nevada, like, I get it, but I love the state of Nevada. Like, I consider this to be my home state now, even though I'm originally from Philadelphia. Not really because I've lived everywhere because my dad was in the military. But a lot of people think that Reno, Nevada is an outskirt of Las Vegas. No. Las Vegas is in southern Nevada. Reno is in northern Nevada. It is about a 6.5 to 7 hour drive from Reno to Las Vegas. There is also a big difference in climate. Las Vegas, I believe, is 2,000 feet above sea level. Reno, we are 4,500 feet above sea level. There are some areas, and dude, Devin and I, we regularly drive up to Lake Tahoe. Dude, we're up 8, 9, 10,000 feet above sea level. Virginia City, 6,000 feet above sea level. Reno is 4,500 feet above sea level. There's vegetation everywhere here. And it was interesting. When we moved out here, that's one of the things that Devin was pleasantly surprised about. She was like, I didn't expect there to be so many trees. I didn't expect there to be so much vegetation. Yeah, there are trees, there's grass, there's vegetation. The further north you go in Nevada, man, the greener it gets. It's actually quite nice.
And then blacks typically do the domestic distribution.
So we're talking about you're just saying that the CIA Contra affair, all that stuff that happened, putting crack in black neighborhoods,
yes.
That was just black people, crazy.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's like, yes, the government did put crack in the black neighborhoods. Unfortunately, ignorant ass, dumb, monkey ass niggas took the bait. That's not the government's fault. That's not the government's fault. Again, just like he said, if somebody buys a gun and he goes and he shoots and kills someone, it's not the fault of the guy who sold him the gun. I'm sorry.
You have a choice. Am I going to sell?
There it is. You have a choice. And look at the expression on this dude's face. He is looking down in shame and disgust because he knows he's right. This man keeps blaming the decisions of niggas on other people. This is why niggas never get anywhere. Until black people take personal accountability for their station in life, they will never improve. All this dude wants to do is talk about what the government did back in the day. That has nothing to do with your personal choice.
Crack, or am I not going to sell crack? If you decide to not sell the crack, you won't go to jail. If you decide to sell the crack, you'll go to jail.
So
the point is that there's a choice to be made, and if you make the wrong choice, then...
So when you deny a whole community access to wealth through, I don't know, redlining.
Okay, so he lost that argument. So now he's going to go through redlining and wealth. Here we go.
Let them access to wealth about not giving them loans.
What's holding black people back from success now?
So history doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the present. So history doesn't affect the present. Is that what you're?
No, not now. It doesn't. No. Oh, here we go. Oh, here this nigga goes. See, this nigga wants to apply the past to now. Yes, there was racism in America. Yes, there was. There still is racism in America. Yes, there was redlining and all the rest of that. That stuff doesn't exist anymore. There is absolutely no reason people can't be successful. Okay? And I think what Myron needs to do is he needs to ask that question to this dude that he often asks to feminists. What rights and privileges do white people have that black people don't? And the answer is fucking zero.
Is that your framing?
Not really. Nothing's holding you back.
I'm one affect the present. So history doesn't affect the present. Is that your framing?
Nope. Not really. Nothing's holding you back.
I'm one brother.
Okay,
I'm one brother.
Well, any black person that's here, nothing's holding any of you guys back. You guys are here, right?
So as far as
right? You guys are on a college campus getting an education at a non-HBCU, might I add.
So you're saying that there are still no racist housing practices, even though we have a ton of statistics to say there's. You're saying that there are no racist policing practices, even though we know
I never said that.
Oh, so okay, you never said that.
Racism exists, but it does not exist to the point where it keeps you from success. So there's always going to be racist people wherever you look. There's a lot of black people that are racist, right? I would argue blacks tend to be more racist than white sometimes. But regardless, racism is no longer a viable...
The reason this man is getting frustrated is because he knows he's losing the argument. Myron is telling him, hey, man, you can blame whoever you want. At the end of the day, it's personal accountability. There is absolutely no excuse as a black person to be unsuccessful in America. There is no excuse. Black people have all of the advantages that white people do.
Excuse as to why you're not successful. Just not. 2025. I would argue
Look,
as a
look,
black.
look, you see him crashing out? This is when logic overrides emotion. He's pissed off that Myron, this guy knows Myron's right, and that's why he's frustrated. He's like, fuck, how dare this dude prove me wrong?
Person, if you're not successful in 2025,
Look at
you're
him,
a fucking
look at him
retard, and I'll
walking
tell you why. You have far more opportunities and benefits as a colored person than as a Caucasian. We have affirmative action, DEI. We have all these programs in place to allow minorities to basically get a leg up on the things that you're talking about before.
And guess what? You know what we like to call those? We like to call those reparations. Black people, dude, niggas always bitching about reparations. Dude, y'all have been getting reparations for the last 20 years, my guy.
I agree that there were some racist atrocities before. However, we've corrected it to a point where everyone has an opportunity. I would say we've
overcorrected it.
Almost overcorrected.
Oh,
you think we've overcorrected?
Almost, yes.
Yes.
Okay, you think we've overcorrected. So all these programs, all these things that exist, who do DEI programs mostly benefit?
They benefit blacks and women and minorities.
White women were the number one. Black people at the bottom.
Yeah.
We're at the lower part of the table. It was white women. So don't come here and say that DEI has put black people.
I am not. Well, it's giving you guys opportunities, and obviously, yeah, white women are almost.
What opportunities?
White women spearhead every liberal movement. Which again, on the white guys, you guys need to take better. You guys need to, put these women back in the kitchen, because the reality is that they fucking undermine.
Listen, this is coming from a guy who is not married. I'm married 5 years. Don't listen to this.
What does have to?
Bro, your opinions on I'm just saying your opinions on women come from an uninformed place.
Really?
Yes.
Now we're talking. Okay, so now we've moved to women. Here we go. He's married for 5 years, but you're on a college campus. Oh my God.
When have you had sex with?
A lot.
Okay.
Oh, that's cap.
Stop the cap.
How many women have you had sex with? A lot. That's the biggest cap. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Bro, I'm just saying your opinions on women come from an uninformed place.
Really?
Yes.
How many women have you had sex with?
A lot.
Okay.
So that is such cap. A lot.
Now, how long have you been married
That's
for?
provable. And I got video evidence.
Okay.
Awesome. So now you're illegally filming sex. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now now you're King Dingling. Is that it? This nigga.
Don't incriminate yourself. Look, you can sit here and say, you're not married, so therefore you can't talk on this. But the reality is that men are the ones that give relationships to women, not the other way around. So if I want to get married, I can easily get married.
Women can say no, right?
Well, women want relationships. Men gatekeep relationships.
Men need relationships.
No, women need relationships, actually.
Oh, okay. What's the statistics on single men, loneliness, depression? And what happens with these single men once they get into relationships? And what happens to women once they get into relationships or get married, statistically?
All right, so do you want to transition from race into marriage now, or do you want to?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who's talking about women. You're the one who's starting the conversation.
You brought the whole I'm married thing and you showed your ring.
Listen, if you can't handle the debate, brother, if you can't handle, I got you. But what I'm saying,
if you want to segue to that, we can.
No, bro. See, now he's done gone off the rails. This dude knows he's losing the debate. He's now at this point he's 0 for 2. And now he's using disingenuous, uncouth tactics to try to throw Myron off. He keeps changing the subject. First, we went from immigration to systemic racism to you don't know shit about women. Bro, just take the L with dignity, man. Take the L with dignity. You've lost.
Man, we can segue to that. I want to talk about race and the fact that historically we've been kept away from our community.
So now we're back to racism.
My counter to that is simply historically does not mean now. There's nothing holding you back now.
And my counter argument to that is then that's like saying that like what happened a few minutes ago doesn't affect our present. It does.
Oh, that's disingenuous. Well, there's a difference between a few minutes ago and 150 years ago. Nice try, though.
That's the way history works. That's the way time works. We have laws. We have legislation. The reason
history and time are two very different entities. Yes, what happened 5 minutes ago certainly affects now, but we're talking about shit that happened 100 years ago. What is he doing?
We have a country because of shit that happened a long time ago. True or false? The reason that we have the Constitution and the laws that still govern us today are because of legislation and things that happened. That's the way time works.
Of course.
It's past,
what I'm saying is,
future.
Though the things happened in the past, nothing is stopping you from working in the present to change your future.
But you're like saying that.
Look, dude, again, Myron is telling him there is nothing that is keeping you from being successful. And he keeps saying, but the past doesn't matter, man. You weren't alive back then. You have all the advantages of every white person in America. You do.
You say there's two people running a race. You just had all these obstacles in front of one, well, no obstacles in front of the other, and now you're saying, well, we're not gonna have halfway through the race, no more obstacles.
But be honest, this is why nobody respects blacks, bro. Like this mantra right here.
Why does no one respect you?
Let me explain this. Why is that Nigerians or people from Africa or they come from the Caribbean, they come here and they make something of themselves as first generation immigrants? I'll tell you why. Because they don't have this mindset of redlining, systemic racism, reparations. They come here even though they're black and everyone else can identify them as not being a foundationally black American. They have the same skin color. They look black. They might not necessarily be a foundationally black American, but how is it that they're able to figure it out and come here and become successful? But people that have been here for 7 generations don't even have $7 in their fucking bank account. The problem is that
because niggas are stupid, Myron. Because niggas are stupid, that's why.
Blacks make too many goddamn excuses for why they're failures.
Oh my God.
And this is the issue. Too many excuses, too many fucking complaints, too much crying.
Oh my God means you're
It's
losing.
Like, they're not. I mean, this is stuff that actually happened when we did build economic systems, when we did build communities, when we had money, when we did build those things, they were what? destroyed systematically, either by racist organizations or by legislation. That's something that actually happened. So what happens when you give a bunch of people who are one race, right, access to housing, access to loans, and you don't do that to another people? What do you think the generations after that would have happened?
If that racism is so bad, why is it that black people actually did better during the Jim Crow era? They had their own businesses, they were making more money. I'll tell you why, because of the nuclear family. So when black people were the most oppressed and had the least rights and the least civil liberties, they actually did better than they do now. So,
gotcha, bitch. And look at him. He's getting all flustered because he knows he's wrong.
Again, nothing can keep you back from success besides yourself.
So you're talking about Reconstruction, right? What happened to all those successful businesses and things that were around during Jim Crow? They were destroyed, bro. They were destroyed, cousin. Our government or white racists, but that happened. You can't even lie. That's history, brother. That's history.
Again, choice and accountability.
The 90s, we're just a couple. That was a little bit ago. We're still living in a bubble.
No, the 90s were not a little bit ago. That was 30 years ago, my guy. And you weren't even alive back then.
Okay, so what you're saying? So people in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they chose.
Oh, here we go. Black Wall Street. They always make this ridiculous.
They chose for the Klan to come around. They chose for that. Is that what the fuck? You're talking about choice and responsibility, brother?
And I'm saying,
what responsibilities does the government have?
What I'm saying is, in the 60s, when they were actually successful, right? They were oppressed to the highest degree and they were still successful. So there's no excuse with racism being reeled back to not be successful. That's what I'm saying. All these other things happened. Cool. Nobody cares. People need to pick themselves up from the bootstraps.
Maybe you need to start caring. Maybe people should start caring. Maybe we should.
No, I'm not going to start caring. No, I don't give a fuck about what happened back then. What happened back then doesn't affect me. Okay? I'm a proud American, my guy. Fuck the past. Like, seriously, fuck the past. I don't give a fuck what happened back then. I give a fuck what happens now. And there's nothing keeping me from success except for me. This is why I'm successful. The reason why most niggas are not successful is because they continue to make excuses.
Have those conversations. Because if we don't take care of what happened and how people were left, like, taken away from their access to wealth, right? If we don't deal with those things, how the fuck are we going to move forward?
Again, you can move forward because blacks have more opportunities than their white counterparts who are oppressing them for so long.
Who gets the majority of scholarships?
Well, here's the thing. There are scholarships that are only available to black people that are not available to whites.
Who gets the majority of scholarships?
Now, could you imagine if there was a scholarship that was only available to whites that's not available to blacks? See where I'm going with this?
But why do you think
blacks have opportunities that whites don't have, and they've been getting this overcorrection for a while.
But we're still saying who gets the majority of loans? Who gets over police? Who gets the majority of access to wealth? Who gets the majority of scholarships?
Now he's muddying the waters. He's going from what he likes to do is what I like to call going from micro to macro. He argues one point, and when he loses that point, then he goes, okay, all right. So I lost the immigration. All right, let's go to race. Now let's say, well, who gets over police? He keeps going back to all of the talking points that niggas like to go to. He's losing the argument, man.
It's white folk, brother.
Well, they're the majority of people. They're the majority race. So of course they're going to be the majority in a lot of these regards.
But if they're the majority race, how come black people, right? But you want to talk about black people in regards to crime, but you don't want to talk about how that crime got into those neighborhoods or how those things. What responsibility does white?
Again. What responsibility do white people have? None. They don't have any responsibility for what you do. White people are not holding guns to your head and making you guys commit crimes.
America, the government have as a whole. For what you keep talking about responsibility, what responsibility does the government have?
Here's the problem.
The government does have some responsibility, but this is why we came up with affirmative action, DEI, and the welfare system. This was the government's way to make up for what they did. Like, again, this guy's not acknowledging the fact that they already do have reparations. The government has more than made up for the wrongs that they've done to black people, and it's still not enough.
Blacks want to blame the government, not blame themselves. Oh, it's the government's fault. No, it's your fault for selling the drugs.
So the government has no responsibility. They have no fault, nothing bad. They didn't do anything bad.
None.
They're good.
No.
It's all gravy.
The government's always going to do dumb shit.
So we can't hold the government accountable.
Here's the thing. You can't depend on the government to save you. Like, just don't commit crimes.
You're wild. So the government, what utility does the government
depend on the government to save you?
But okay, cool. But why are they destroying us?
They're not destroying you.
So
right now, how is
the government is not destroying the black community? The black community is destroying the black community.
Government holding you back from success right now.
I can't believe
how is the government holding you back from success right now?
The race,
I don't care about the 80s with the crack.
No, we'll talk about right now. What race of people are the highest exonerated? What race of people are the highest of wrongful convictions? What race?
Again, Myron's got him on the choice. You have a choice, but now he wants to go back to the legal system. This guy's playing a rounder stick.
People are statistically over-policed. Go on.
Well, who commits a disproportionate amount of violent crime in America? So yeah,
wait, I have a question. If majority of wrongful convictions are black people, and the majority of wrongful arrests, which are provable statistically, are black people, then could you assert from these statistics and look at the one where you're saying that they're committing more violent crime, right? Sure. You're saying that one. Then what does that tell you? Their communities are over-policed.
This is a minority of cases, but the majority is they're fucking guilty.
The majority of black people are not.
No. I said
the majority of black people are fucking guilty, Negro. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
The majority of people that get arrested are guilty.
A white criminal offended and a black criminal offended who have the same criminal record go before a judge. Do black people disproportionately get higher sentences?
because they commit a disproportionate amount of crime.
No, you're not
Violent
answering
crime
the
is drug trafficking.
So you're saying that like, oh, well, I see a black guy, a white guy, they did the same crime, but because your community historically, wow, you want to bring that up historically?
Yes, absolutely, yes. Now we want to bring up history.
Well, that could be access to lawyers. That's going to be a big one.
And so what happens when what community has the least access to wealth? It's black people.
And whose fault is that? Black people.
If we're constantly
bro, you just this is why nobody fucking takes black people serious, man. Like, this is crazy. Like,
I'm gonna let him go next because you have so much circular logic.
Over policing.
This was a fantastic opportunity to make myself dumb.
No, dude, this is literally why everyone laughs at fucking blacks. Like, I don't know if you saw a bunch of niggas in the back are laughing at you. Like, all you got is excuses and complaints as to why you're fucking.
You got black people in the back laughing at your monkey ass, bruh. Like, dude, that's what I'm saying. Even niggas don't like this nigga. They're laughing at him, man.
Failure. Like, bruh. Like, this shit is crazy. You know? Like, it's just absolutely nuts. It's like, how is it that people come here from Africa, don't speak the language, and figure it out, become successful? Meanwhile, we got these guys coming around, oh, more racism. It's fucking clown world, bro. It's clown world. And this is why people laugh at the black community, because all they do is victim. What's that, man?
How's it going?
Yo.
So I want to...
All right, I'm going to leave it there for tonight, guys. I'm going to leave it there because I want to put together my my remote control spider to troll my dog and my dogs and my cats. I'm going to have a very good time. I'm going to watch the rest of what appears to be an ALCS Game 3. It looks like, I mean, the Blue Jays are absolutely cruising right now. They're up 8-2. They're at top of the sixth, nobody out. The Blue Jays, top of the sixth, runners on the corners, nobody out, and the Blue Jays just scored a 9th run. And it looks like they are going to cruise to victory, so I'm going to watch the rest of that. Do we have a nigga in the chat? Hold up. Who's the nigga in the chat? Who's the somebody point out the nigga in the chat. Because, dude, I'll open up the pull-up line if you want to come up and discuss this stuff. Who's the nigga in the chat? Somebody point him out, because I haven't been reading the chat. Somebody at the nigga in the chat, because I'll extend this. I'll extend this to lock horns with niggas. Oh, John Lovett. Here we go, John, my guy. John, you talk a lot of shit, Negro. You talk a lot of shit, nigga. Okay, you got a lot of fucking mouth. You got a lot of mouth. So I'm gonna give you a choice, John Lovett. You don't even have to show your face. You don't even have to show your face, okay? And here's the thing, John. Not only am I not afraid to discuss this with you, I want to discuss this with you. I want to discuss this with you. So when I ban your black ass from my chat, it's not because I'm afraid to discuss this with you. It's because I know you're afraid to discuss this with me. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to pull up or shut the fuck up, nigga. So here we go. Come on up. Come on up. I am more than willing to sacrifice time with my animals. Pull up, coward. Where you at? Pull up, coward. And I know you're not going to pull up because monkeys like you are cowards. That's right. I called you a fucking monkey. Monkeys like you are fucking cowards. You guys like to talk? What this is, and I know John Lovett's not going to pull up. He's like these other libtards, these other retards that like to stand in the crowd and talk shit from afar and this and that and the third and the other. But then when Myron gives them the opportunity to take the mic and go toe to toe with him, they never do. It's just like Dana said. It's niggas in the chat, just like John Lovett or whatever the fuck his nigga name is. Dude, your name is probably John Terrius. You probably got a nigga name. Let me ask you something, John. Let me ask you something, John Lovett. How many times do you have to press the shift key to type your first name? I'll wait. Let's go. You were speaking your mind in the chat. You were talking all that shit. You were getting triggered just like a triggered like the bitch ass monkey that you are. Why don't you come up now? Wait a minute. I don't see it now. Where you at, John? Where you at? Now that I'm giving you attention, all of a sudden he's silent. Where you at? Look, you were blowing up the chat. Earlier. Pull the fuck up, Negro. Go on, pull up. And he ain't going to. He's not going to because niggas are cowards. I'ma wait. Because I love flaming you niggas. Real talk. That's my favorite thing to do now. I hate to admit this. I really do. I hate to admit this, but I gotta tell you guys, I got to tell you guys, I actually like telling niggas off. I actually like telling niggas off a lot more than I like helping men now. Yeah, he probably left, didn't he? Where you at? Where you at? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, niggas, radio fucking silent. Radio fucking silent. Now that I'm giving you the attention, now you don't want to say nothing. See, the reason why he was putting all that shit in the chat is because I wasn't responding. But now that I'm responding, it's fucking crickets. Where's my crickets button? Where you at, John? Where you at, nigga? Cowardly ass nigga. Probably had the same arguments that dumb nigga had earlier. Fucking retards, bro. Retards. Come on, where you at? Go on, pull up. Oh, no. 3-run homer. Oh, my God. And the Blue Jays are now up 12-2. Jesus Christ. Wow. God damn. Alejandro Kirk, who looks like the shortest player in baseball. Good God, the Blue Jays are spanking. Neon Runner says just for attention he did that. No, he didn't do that for attention, because if he was doing that for attention, he would pull up. He would pull up. No, he likes to put things off in the ether, and because nobody challenges him, he thinks that he's right. No, he's wrong. He's wrong. He's a dumb nigga just like the rest of them. Hold on. Let me refresh the chat. Oh, Big Oli 328 says, "Wow. Oh, okay. What's the wow for, Big Oli? What's the wow for, Big Oli? I never seen you in the chat. You said wow. What's wrong with you people? Where you at, Big Oli? Big Oli? Do you have a problem with what I'm talking about?" Oh, wait a minute. My bad, Big Oli. You're talking about the Blue Jays. My bad. Like, I woke up and chose, look, dude, I woke up and chose violence. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, dude, I absolutely love talking to racist black people. I do. Not only do I love talking to racist black people, I like talking to racist black people who don't admit that they're racist, right? Like, who was the guy that was a longtime supporter who was another racial idolater that wanted to, he had a problem with me disparaging the name of Martin Luther King. I had the audacity to say that Charlie Kirk was a better man than Martin Luther King. He just couldn't stand it. He just could not stand. Oh my God. He came up and he absolutely took the L. You want to know why I know he took the L? Because his black ass came up again because his black ass came up again and took another L. He came up again because he knows he took that L. And this is the funny thing. I love how I tricked his dumb ass. I said, oh, wait a minute. Breaking news. Let me take it from the beginning and then I'll jump because I know John's not pulling up. So I was talking about the fact that Martin Luther King Jr. was a deplorable human being because he fucked prostitutes and beat women, right? This was according to the government. Ralph Abernathy, who is Martin Luther King Jr.'s best friend, and even his lawyer. His lawyer set up prostitutes to come to Martin Luther King, MLK's hotel room. He has said this. He's testified to this. He's put this in books. But what does that dumbass want to say? Well, I don't want to believe the government. He basically kept saying that all of these accusations, he's not buying the accusations because they're not substantiated. So here's what I did to prove his racial idolatry. He says, well, unless I see proof that Martin Luther King Jr. did these things, then you know what? I don't believe it. I still think he was a good man. So you know what I did? I tricked us. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Erica Kirk just tweeted that Charlie Kirk and that they had been dealing with infidelity issues with Charlie Kirk. I said, yeah, what do you think about that? Well, I'm not surprised. I said, surprise, you dumb nigga. I just lied to your ass. You mean to tell me that you don't believe the government, Ralph Abernathy, and Martin Luther King Jr.'s lawyer when they all verified that he fucked prostitutes and beat women, but some irrelevant YouTuber, from one tweet, now all of a sudden you want to take that as gospel? That's racist. That's racial idolatry. Yeah, there was also Beans. Yeah, Beans. Yep, Beans is also racist. That dumb nigga actually said he thinks that Carmelo Anthony should be convicted of involuntary manslaughter. As a matter of fact, I think it should be involuntary manslaughter. It just doesn't fit. And then when I read him the elements, his ass was dead ass quiet. This is how niggas are, y'all. This is how niggas are. They don't want to debate. They do not want to debate. And the reason they don't want to debate is because they know they're wrong. They know they're wrong, man. If you know and I remember a long time ago, God, may God rest his soul, the late great Kevin Samuels. I remember we were in we were on the phone once, and he was like, you know what? You want to know something, Donovan? and he actually told me, he's like, it's not really impressive what I do. And I'm like, Kevin, like, dude, it's must-see TV. He's like, no. He's like, the reason why we win these debates all the time is because the truth is on our side. We tell the truth. And the truth is undefeated. The truth is undefeated. And that really sort of made an impression on me. This is why we're willing to debate people anytime, anywhere, because we know the truth is on our side. If you are not willing to openly debate or discuss someone who has opposite views that you do or that disagrees with you, you know inherently that something in your mindset is wrong. Because if you can't substantiate what comes out of your mouth, you know you're wrong. John was in here talking all that shit, but as soon as I gave him the attention, he tucked tail and ran, just like the dumb nigga he is. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, I figured John was out, but that's okay. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna ban his monkey ass. I'm gonna ban his monkey ass because I know he's gonna try and come up in this bitch tomorrow and be like, I'm back. No, I'm gonna ban his dumb ass. Where's he at? Where's he at? See, and the only reason why he was talking all that shit is because I was not addressing him. Where's he at? I can't see his chats. Somebody find my mod. Somebody, wait a minute. Somebody find that dude's profile or whatever and tell him and ban his bitch ass. Because these niggas, these niggas stay talking shit. They stay yapping. They stay yapping all the time. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna ban his dumb ass. They like to they like to comment. They like to be all in the comments. They like to talk all that shit. They like to shit post, talk all this shit. Absolutely no point whatsoever. No point. Oh, so because blah 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 blah. Cool. Come up and talk to me about it. Nope, he doesn't want to because he knows he's wrong. He knows he's wrong. You find his dumb ass. And I know he's gonna watch tomorrow. I know he's gonna watch tomorrow. Oh, by the way, guys, a video that I'm releasing tomorrow. I know I'm a little late to the party on this, but I'm releasing a video tomorrow talking about the saga of Francine Villa, the black woman who moved to Russia to escape the racism, the oppression, and the discrimination of America. It did not go well for Miss Villa. This happened a couple months ago, went super viral. I missed it, and I'm going to give my take on that tomorrow. I'm still looking for him. Why can't I? Ah, there he is. John Lovett. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Hide user on this channel. There it is, John Lovett. U4W. You out. You out. You out. Yeah, Big Oli, Big Oli 328, sorry about that. I thought you were another nigga. Yeah, Russia doesn't fuck around, bruh. Russia does not fuck around. And dude, I'm coming out with a dynamite fucking video tomorrow. Holy moly. Holy moly. I might actually just record it after this. No, I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow because there's a point in the day where I gotta absolutely stop working. I can't be putting in these 12-hour days all the time. All right, guys. Look, stay tuned tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, we will be... matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and finish Love is Blind tomorrow. I'm going to finish Love is Blind, and I think I'm going to start it a little bit early so we can get through episode... Well, we were in episode... Are we in episode 10? Hold on now. Hang on a second. Episode. Yeah, yep. So we're about a third of the way through episode 10, which is the last episode of the season, and then I'm going to attempt to get through the reunion. I am O for the last 4 Love Is Blind reunions, man. I am O for the last 4 Love Is Blind reunions, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. Good stuff. All right, guys. Listen, thanks for watching. Listen, man. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Tomorrow's going to be a very good day for content. I think I'm going to drop between 3 and 4 videos. I got a bunch of shorts that I'm going to release as well. The Aisha Curry thing. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna release some shorts on that. But for now, I'm gonna go and put together my remote control spider. Have some fun with my animals. Cheat on my diet a little bit with another marshmallow Butterfinger, and hopefully I get a better night's sleep than I did last night. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.